Welcome to the Samwelb12 Experience.
And you're watching the Samwelb12 Experience.
Marner pulls the shot down! Yes! 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 They score! Oh! Morgan Riley ties the game!
Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome in. It's Saturday night, and we're here with a classic matchup. It is the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. The Bruins, who are absolutely crushing it this year, leading the East with a 10-1 record, and the Maple Leafs, who we all know is struggling a little bit. They're struggling, but they're coming off of a great win just the other day against the Flyers, led by none other than Captain JT himself. So let's go and say hello to everybody. Coaster Mom in the house. What's going on? Not My Circus. Hello. The Gaming Experience. Hey, Spooky HST. What's going on? Gator Ghost as well. If you're just coming in, thank you for joining us. If I missed you, we'll make sure to catch you throughout the stream. Of course, got to get the business out of the way. If you are just coming in, hit that like button. It really helps get the share out. So we appreciate you coming and hanging out this wonderful Saturday evening to watch the Leafs and the Bruins. It is going to be epic. Another huge classic matchup. So let's not waste another time and jump right into the lineups for tonight. Of course, for the Bruins, it is going to be Brad Marchand. with Patrice Bergeron and Jake DeBrusk. Marchand just coming back way earlier than anybody thought. We thought Marchand was going to miss like half the season, but he is coming back and he is looking fierce. In 3 games, he's got 3 goals already, which is incredible. Ian, how's it going? George, what's up? Welcome in. Glad to see you both here. Second line for the Bees, it's going to be Taylor Hall with David Krejci and David Pasternak. 2 solid lines for the Bruins. Then on the third, Trent Fedoruk with Charlie Coyle and A.J. Greer. And of course, the grind line, Thomas Nosek, Pavel Zacha, and Nick Foligno. Nick Foligno, who we saw in Toronto for about enough time for a cup of coffee, and then he was on his way. Back on the D-line for the Bruins, it is Connor Clifton with Hampus Lindholm, Brendan Carlo and Matt Grzelcyk, Mike Riley and Anton Strawman, and expected Linus Ullmark to get the start tonight. Of course, Jeremy Swayman is out with a lower body injury, as is Charlie McAvoy. He's out with a shoulder. Derek Forbort out with the upper body. Now over to the Leafs side. Hey Blair, what's going on? Welcome in for the Maple Leafs. And the Maple Leafs, big news today. They placed Abe Kubel on waivers, had to jog some salary around, free up some salary. So Abe Kubel goes on waivers and he's picked up by the Washington Capitals. So there's our Stanley Cup champion who we signed in the offseason. Goodbye. See you later. Thanks for coming out and playing a handful of games. Abe Kubel is off to Washington. Now, here is the lineup for the Maple Leafs. Michael Bunting, of course, back with Austin Matthews and Mitch Marner. Alex Kerfoot is going to join again with John Tavares and William Nylander. Kalle Järnkrok, he's in with Pierre Engvall and Wayne Simmons. Wayne Simmons recalled from the minors, so he's back with Engvall and Järnkrok. Then Aston Reese with David Kempf and Mulligan. Back on the D-line, Morgan Riley. And today, Morgan Riley paired with this gentleman who's making his season debut. Timothy Liljegren is here in the lineup. Angus, what's going on? Just finished watching MLS Cup. Awesome. Time for some hockey. That's right. Timothy Liljegren says it's time for some hockey as well, as he is in to start with Morgan Riley. Then we got the Bash brothers, TJ Brody and Justin Hall, and Mark Giordano is going to get the call with Rasmus Sandin. So those are the pairings. Ilya Samsonov going to get the call tonight. Scratched Nick Robertson. He's a healthy scratch again, as is POTUS Holmberg and Victor Mete. Ben Murray and Muzzin all still out on injured. Matt Murray looking good, though. He's been skating, and he is looked, we're probably going to see him make a return very, very soon. Of course, no real update on Jake Muzzin. So those are the starting lineups. Dean, how's it going? Welcome in. Hope you're doing well. Hope everybody's doing well and had a great start to the weekend. Now, of course, today in NHL, there's lots of game action, and today is their Hockey Fights Cancer. So unfortunately, everybody's been touched at some point by this horrific disease. So if you have, of course, we don't have any donation links directly through the channel, but I'm sure in your area there are charities that you can donate to. So tonight is Hockey Fights Cancer night. All the teams will be wearing the pink jerseys, which I'm sure will be up for auction following tonight's game. Jansen, how's it going? Go Leafs. I hope the Leafs are going to show up tonight. It's going to be a tough game. When we look at how these teams compare to one another, Lindholm over the last 5 games has been leading the way for the Bruins with 9 points, and 7 of those 9 are assists. He's also a +7. Pasternak in the last 5 with 4 goals. For the Maple Leafs, John Tavares is leading the way, 7 points in the last 5 games. Of course, he had that hat trick against Philly, and 4 of those 7 are goals. Mitch Marner leading the way in assists over the last 5. He's got 5 assists in the last 5 games. And Giordano leading with a +2. When +2 over 5 games is leading the way, it has not been a good story. How these teams compare overall on the power play, Toronto's actually 8th in the league, 26.2%. Boston is 13th. On the penalty kill, however, Toronto is way down at 21st. Boston is 1st in the league on the power play. So it's going to be exciting to see how that that penalty kill compares to the 8th place power play of the Maple Leafs. In the faceoff circle, we saw the Leafs number 1 overall last season. This year, not so much. They're currently sitting 16th It's Boston who's first in the league in face-off percentage. Goals for, Boston is also number 1 for goals for, where Toronto is back at 21st. Goals against, Boston is 5th. Toronto is 11th. So Boston, out of these 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 categories, 3 of them, Boston is number 1 in the league. So it's going to be real tough to see what these Bruins can do. Now, Bruins are leading, as I said, they're leading the whole Eastern Conference, but when we look at the Atlantic Division directly, they are sitting there 20 points, 11 games played, 10 wins, 1 loss, which is absolutely incredible, considering I don't think anybody picked Boston to be leading the way they are. So that's how these teams compare. Puck drop is going to be coming up momentarily, and when we do, we will switch over to the game screen. Now, one thing we have to check in on and watch is all season long, we have our fantasy pool that is running. So before the games get underway tonight, and there were some games this afternoon, but our current leader, and he's leading by about 3.5 points, is a little chunky sauce. He's up there, first place over Detroit Damien Dazzling Dogs. Dazzling Dogs has been all over the place. First, second, third. The Believer down in third. Chocolate Starfish still wrapping up the back end in last place. And Jordan's Disney Wish in second last. He's actually dropped back down. He was up high earlier on. So lots of movement in the playoff pool, or in the playoff pool, my God. The regular season pool. We're going to be watching that all night long. Morgan, hello. Welcome in. Frank, what's going on? Let's go Leafs. Absolutely. The anthems are taking place. They got the blue on the ice, so they're going to get this going, and we're going to have puck drop in just a couple minutes. So thank you for joining us. If you are joining us, make sure you hit that like. Help us get the likes up. Let's try and get those likes up to about 30 likes real quick. And if this is your first time here, make sure to hit the subscribe button. While they're doing the anthems, I should let you know our next broadcast is going to be Tuesday afternoon, well, I guess Tuesday evening. Tuesday evening, same time, 7 o'clock, as the Leafs take on the Vegas Golden Knights. So that's going to be a whole lot of fun. Always exciting to see Vegas come to town. Vegas dominating on the West. John, how's it going? Welcome in. Thank you for joining us here this evening. We're just waiting for them to wrap up the anthem so we can switch it over to the game screen and then get this game going. I'm super excited to see if Toronto can continue their hot streak. Can they continue doing what they have been doing and taking on these Boston Bruins? It's going to be exciting. It kind of makes me nervous. It makes me nervous a little bit because Boston is so strong, and I don't think anybody was, anticipating them to be as strong as they have been. So they're almost wrapped up the anthems. Sing it loud, sing it proud, oh Canada, going on there. And then this game is going to be going. Boston, if I had to look up and down the Boston lineup, if I had to pick a Boston player that I'm excited to watch play, for me, it's David Pastrnak. Pastrnak is such an incredible talent, and we're really, the things he does with the puck is incredible. Of course, a lot of Brad Marchand fans, but I just can't bring it to myself to root for Marchand. David Boy, how's it going? It'll be tough for the Leafs, but let's hope for a victory. Yes, indeed. Are there any Bruins fans in the chat? I'd be curious if any Bruins fans are here. I'd love to know what you think of your team. If you're a Boston fan, if you thought Boston was going to have the start that they did you predict this? Or if you're a gambler, who has put money down on Boston early this season expecting them to do well? I know I certainly wouldn't. I had them pegged for the bottom of the lineup, but they've really come out and surprised me. Wow, she's really doing the Bleeding's Gums Murphy version of the anthems here. taking the time, sing it really slowly. They're showing there it is Matthews' line. They're going to be first with Bunting and Marner. Marner, of course, we all know has been a big area of criticism as of late. Marner hasn't been performing as we have expected. Neither is Matthews. Matthews showing signs, but we really need Marner to get up there and be real good. Won't be in town because of basketball. All right. It'll be tough. Oh, I saw that. Yeah, Ottawa is the only team that has beaten Boston so far, which is crazy to believe because Ottawa, they're performing well, but of all the teams to pick and beat Boston, I would not have predicted it to be Ottawa. So they're finished up the anthems. We're going to get over to our screen momentarily. We're just waiting for them to get things set up. Of course, we'll have our on-ice display that you guys can see and watch, and we can cheer along. Let me actually just move this down and get ready for the on-ice. All right, I'm just trying to refresh the screen. We're going to switch over to the game screen. There we go. We are up with the game screen now. We're getting ready to drop the puck. Lilithrin's first game of the season, and there it is. Boston is going to win the opening draw. They're going to have it through the neutral zone and very quickly bring it into Toronto's zone. Quick shot, and Samsonov is going to grab and hold on to that one. Wow, that came out of nowhere. Very, very hot start there for Boston. A quick shot right out of the gate. Samsonov had to be sharp. There we go. We got the on ice up and running, and it'll show us who is there, who is playing, so we can monitor and you guys can see who is on the ice the whole time. Again, thanks for coming in. Continue to hit those likes. Let's get those likes up to 30 likes. And if you're new, hit that subscribe as well. Puck coming down. Samsonov has to play it around. Gives it to Brody. He's going to hammer this around the boards. Marner picks it up far side. He's going to flip it up. Matthews makes the catch. Quick shot. Matthews is going to put that way wide. Back in the corner. Marner's going to send it around. So they were wearing the pink jerseys for warm-ups. They're now back in their blues. Toronto in the dark blue. Boston in the whites. Boston going from left to right. And here they come. DeBrusque bringing it down. He's going to hammer that in. All the way around. No one there to pick it up. So Matthews is going to get it. He's going to throw it around. Justin Hall. He's going to hammer that around the boards. Hall gets it to the line. Nylander trying to get it out. He does. Comes free. Bunting, he loses the puck and turns it over. Tavares in there to pick up the loose puck. Brody chips it into Boston territory. And now the rest of the squad is going to change up their lines. In the corner, Nylander is in there. He's watched by Krejci. Coming up, here's Pasternak. Pasternak, he's going to pick it up. Plays it a little far as he was watched by Liljegren. Riley's going to go back to pick it up. Riley reverses it to Liljegren. Liljegren with a nasty giveaway. Whoa. Yikes. He gave it right to Taylor Hall, but Taylor Hall couldn't do anything with it. Toronto picks it up again. There's a little rust for you. Liljegren now picks it up, gives it over to Riley. Riley taking a look. Here comes Riley. He's going to play it ahead to Kempf. Kempf, the fourth line now for the Leafs. Come on. Kempf going to hammer it down around the boards. Aston Reese going to pick it up in the corner. Comes right out in front. Mulligan couldn't take the shot. Now he does. Goes high off the shoulder into the corner. Nice try there. Allmark with the shoulder stop. That was very, very close. Sometimes things just happen when you throw the puck at the net. Just outside of the Boston zone. Toronto's going to play it back. Now here they come. Here's a break. Toronto coming in. Quick shot. Nice save there by Allmark. Toronto getting real close there. And a long stretch pass. Able to spring Mulligan on a break. Now they change. It comes back. Here's Yarncroc. Yarncroc has to fight for the puck. Yarncroc gets it. He's going to play it back. Toronto playing it back quite often here. Brody's going to give it back to Engvall. Engvall circling around. Going to play it up to the Boston line and in. As Simmons is going to chip this down. Simmons, I'm assuming, comes in as he's a chippy player and he needs to get in here against the Boston Bruins. Boston working their way out. Almost stolen by Yarncroc. In the neutral zone. Greer gets the puck ahead. Foligno, he's going to send it in, but it's picked up by Brody. Brody to Hall. Hall's going to send it up, and Toronto tips that just inside the line. Here comes Clifton for Boston. Clifton carrying it in, going in deep. Centers it right in front, looking for the tip, but it didn't exist. Sharp angle shot. It's going to bounce all the way down the ice. That's picked up by Boston as Matthews in on the forecheck. Here comes Boston playing the puck up. Working it in. It's going to roll right onto Samsonov. He's going to kick it into the corner for Riley. Riley going to send it all the way down for Bunting. Bunting getting interfered with, and Boston's going to pick up and steal that puck. Carlo with a nice play there on Michael Bunting. Here's Matthews. He's going to put it right back in. We're down. Oh, it took a funny hop and sat right in front of the net. But nobody was following up Matthews' dump in. Oh my gosh, the Leafs had a chance, but nobody was following up there. Onyx, how's it going? Welcome in. Toronto playing it back down in Boston zone. Shots are 2-2. Wow. What a crazy, crazy play. In the corner, Toronto back to pick it up. Thank you, new subscribers, coming in and hitting that subscribe. We appreciate it. We're 8 subscribers away from 3250. So that is our goal, our early goal here for tonight. Here comes Pasternak again. He's going to bring it in. Puck is knocked down by Sandin. Sandin, long stretch pass, misses Tavares. But Nylander is going for it. Nylander picks it up behind the net. Gets it out to Tavares. He takes a shot, and that's steered to the corner by Ullmark. Picked up by Boston. They're going to start to move it up. 398 total goals for Tavares. So he's approaching 400. Here comes Kempf. Little stick handle through, split the D, but then turns it over. Here comes Boston. 4 wide. They're going to dump it in. Cole in there against Justin Hall. Coyle gets it over to the side. Left over and picked up by Frederick. Comes around Justin Hall. He had to pick it up. Frederick still causing some trouble in there, but it comes to Brody. Brody's going to flip it up. 5 minutes gone here in the first period, and it's been nonstop action as we get a quick icing call against Toronto. So this is going to come all the way back to Toronto territory. So thank you all for joining us here. What a start to this hockey game. It's been end-to-end action. Both teams getting a couple shots away. But Matthews kind of dumped this in. It took a funny hop off the boards and was just sitting there in the blue ice. Toronto didn't have anybody to come and poke it in the empty net. If you're just coming in, hit that like button. Let's get up. We're 4 likes away from 30 likes. Boston with the puck, going to send it up. Here comes Boston. Cross-ice pass. That's going to miss its intended target. Bergeron picks it up. Boston shooting it in. Quick chip there by DeBrusque. Goes to the corner. Trying to get it out. Yarncroc going the wrong way. They're all going to send it back. Now here comes Bunting. Bunting going to carry it in. Gets around Grzelcyk. Picking it up. He's going to reverse it back to the point. Liljegren, he's going to take a shot to flex wide. Marner picks up the puck. Marner sending it into the slot. No one is there. Comes to Liljegren. Liljegren gives it back to Marner. Marner back to Matthews. Matthews at the blue line. Goes to Riley. Riley's going to play it around behind the net. Picked up in the corner. A.J. Greer for Boston. He's going to pick this up as the puck is moving fast and furious. Going to pick it up and I'll come all the way down the ice. Liljegren had to have a quick stick. In the corner, it's centered by Boston. It misses everybody. It's a race. Here comes Yarncroc. Kerfoot. Kerfoot has a break. Oh, and he's whacked from behind. He gets the slash from behind and knocks the puck away. Kerfoot with a break, but he just couldn't turn on it. Now it keeps it in right in front. Quick shot by Kerfoot, and that's going to miss by inches. Kerfoot, couple opportunities here on this shift. Here's Nylander in front. Tries to squeeze it 5-hole. And Ullmark is going to grab and hold on and slow this one down as Toronto was starting to run away with a couple opportunities there. A couple very, very close opportunities. Kerfoot had the opportunity. Lindholm, using the reach, was able to knock the stick of Kerfoot and knock that puck away. Wow, they're going to go to commercial break. Ladies and gentlemen, what an incredible start to this hockey game. End-to-end action. Toronto actually with the better opportunities so far. So thank you for joining us here. My name is Sam. This is the Samwelb12 Experience. We appreciate you coming and hanging out with us here on Saturday night for this unbelievable game. This original 6 matchup, the Boston Bruins and the Toronto Maple Leafs. Our next game is going to be on Tuesday. Tuesday at 7 o'clock as the Vegas Golden Knights come to town. They're taking on Montreal tonight. So Vegas, Toronto, that's going to be Tuesday, and I think that's going to be an epic, epic game as well. Something fun to watch. You know, Vegas is always fun to watch. Right now, they are totally dominating in the early part of the season. You know, that kind of surprises me too. There's lots of surprises so far, and the reason Vegas surprises me is because they didn't have a great year last year, and they've had a lot of bad publicity. A lot of people coming out saying Vegas doesn't treat their players very well. You know, all kinds of things like that. Just a lot of negativity surrounding Vegas. So it's very surprising. Couple quick updates on the out-of-town scoreboard. Ottawa's up 1-0 over Philly. Tampa Bay is now up 1-0 over Buffalo as well. At intermission, of course, we'll check in and we'll review all the out-of-town scores, but we'll try our best to keep them updated as we go throughout the period. Vegas are playing the seats right now. Yeah, it's crazy. It's so crazy. It looks like 6-2 is the final. Dallas coming away with that win, 6-2. 2. So let's make that officially a final. Surprising that they took it to Edmonton the way they did. Watch some of that game this afternoon. Also, watch some of the overseas games in Finland. Those were really exciting. Colorado and Columbus. Of course, Colorado dominating both those games. Face-off down deep in the Boston zone. Shots are 4-2 for the Maple Leafs. 13:40 to go here in the first. Here's Tavares in to take the draw. He wins it cleanly back to Riley. Riley's just going to have to play it in the corner. Comes around. Tavares trying to get there. He's being worked over by Lindholm. Tavares in the corner. Kerfoot ends up coming away. Gives it to Nylander. Nylander circling around, going for a skate. Nylander coming in front, still doing circles. Now he plays it back for the one-timer and takes that right on. Lindholm again had to squeeze the legs, close that 5-hole, and grab that puck. So I will have to say, so far, Toronto has come out and they're looking okay. I wasn't sure what kind of Maple Leafs team we were going to have here tonight, but they are looking good. Hopefully they can keep this up. Of course, if you missed it in the opening, they lost Abe Kubel. They put him on waivers, and he's making his way now over to Washington. So a nice waiver pickup for the Capitals. Boston going to win this draw. In the corner, Bunting doing a little forechecking on the side. Boston, though, comes away with it. Matthews, he loses it. Here comes Boston. Played it a little too far was A.J. Greer. Now he steals it back. Matthews comes in, picks it up. Wow, some sloppy play. Here's Marner. Head pass to Riley. Riley crosses the red line, crosses the blue line, and he's going to roll it in Boston territory. Matthews in with a little stick lift, gets it over to Bunting. Bunting plays it right around. Brody, he's going to pick it up, play it to Marner. Marner slaps it back. Behind the net is Bunting. Bunting kind of had Carlo all over him, kicks it to Matthews. Matthews with the backhand, and he scores! Austin Matthews, what a goal!
You got the touch.
What a goal, Austin Matthews. Marner hammers it around. Bunting with a nice little play behind the net. Kicks it over to Matthews. Matthews just pulls it up, forehand, backhand, pops it up over the outstretched pad of Allmark, and it just finds a way through a hole. And Matthews puts it in. Toronto needed this one big time. Big time. And of course, Matthews scored this one because I did not pick him in the pick 3 tonight. So I think that's the key. If I do not choose Matthews, he's going to score. So Matthews finally getting past this difficult start of the season. He's up to 5 goals. Finally. Of course, Marner and Bunting picking up the assists on that goals. Morgan, how's it going? Leafs play tomorrow in Carolina. Yes, they do. We will not be doing that game tomorrow. It is an early afternoon start. Unfortunately, my own boys have hockey, so I'll be at their hockey and won't be able to do the Carolina game. What's the night going to be like? Toronto taking... Ian, I think they will if they continue playing like this. Of course, Boston is a tough team, so you never know. But right now, Toronto is playing a different style of hockey. This is something we have not seen much of from them. Of course, they played this way against Philadelphia. Coming around behind the net. Picked up and stolen there. Charlie Coyle, he's going to flip it out. Kind of hit somebody in the neutral zone. And Toronto's going to play it back to Brody. Yeah, Abe Kubel. So Abe Kubel, he was picked up by waivers. Here comes Toronto again. Coming in. Marner had his shirt grabbed. Gets it over to Bunting. Bunting to Matthews. Matthews, oh, what a move. He couldn't get the shot off, but my God. Matthews with the toe drag there. There it is, Morgan calling up Matthews, bringing him to the stream. That was a beauty little deke. He just couldn't pull the trigger, though. Here comes Krejci bringing it back. Boston going to bring it in. Big hit there at the line from Giordano. Giordano getting physical. Sandin carrying the puck away. Turned over. Here's Taylor Hall. He's going to put it right back in deep. Pasternak behind the net. He's going to try the wraparound. And Toronto is there to pick it up and send it the length of the ice. It's rolling, and just going to go for icing. So this is going to come all the way back into the Toronto zone. you're just coming in, thanks for joining us. Make sure to hit that like button. We're 4 likes away from 30 likes. Love to get those likes up and hit 30. And if you're new here and this is your first time, I hope you're having fun. Make sure to hit that subscribe. But like I said, I won, so all good. All right. That's right, Blair. That's right. You got your week's worth of coffee and tea, which is pretty amazing. Toronto's going to win that. They have the control. Going to send this down the ice. Long stretch pass. That's picked off. Little too far. Clifton has it. Sends it up. Here come the Bruins. The Bruins working it through the neutral zone. Coming in, working around. Nice play there by Liljegren on Marchand. Marchand stopping and turning around. Gets it up to Kerfoot. Kerfoot, he's going to hold on. Tries to hit Tavares breaking, but it was just outside of his reach. Here comes Pasternak. Gets it over. Now Pasternak gets it back. From the faceoff dot. Little pass back to Bergeron and a nice stick lift from Tavares. Prevented a great shot. Here's Yarncroc. He has it. He's going to bring it in. He's going to pitch it up to Tavares. Tavares plays it over to Kerfoot. Kerfoot doesn't have anywhere to go. Tries to feed it back to the point to Brody. Brody turns it over. A little bad pass there by Brody. Here comes DeBrusk. He's going to bring it in, but turns it over to Justin Hall. Hall plays it back around to Brody. 10 minutes now. 10 minutes to go here in the first period. It's a 1-0 lead for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Here's Hall taking a long look. Now he's going to play it ahead. Here comes Engvall. Engvall on the move. He's going to pitch it in. Back in the corner, picked up by Boston. Toronto's got to win some of these battles, and they do. Throw in some body checks. Simmons coming out. Riley's going to send this all the way around. Sandin going to cut it off. And he lays ahead. Sandin and Hall going toe-to-toe. Engvall is in there with DeBrusk, I believe it is. They're battling each other. Krejci is in there. He's going to have his stick lifted a couple times. It comes back to the point. Quick shot, knocked down in front. Samsonov had to be sharp. Giordano in the corner trying to play it around. Comes over to Mulligan. He's going to chip it out, and it's going to roll all the way down. Boston misplays it. So both teams going to make some changes as time is ticking. Down to 9 minutes left in the first period. Thank you guys so much for coming in and hitting that subscribe. Appreciate it. As our subscribers are climbing, we're 6 now. 6 away from getting to 3250. Here's Nosek working it away. Boston has it side of the net. They're going to play it to the point. Boston chipping it ahead. Long shot. 1 deflection. 2 deflection. Samsonov has a glove on it, and Boston is all over top of Samsonov. Greer and Nosek on top of Samsonov as he makes a great save to grab and hold on to that one. So what a play. So ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate it. We're glad to have you along for the ride here on Saturday night. So as I've been saying, we're 2 likes away now, 2 likes from 30. So we appreciate you getting us up to 30 likes and just coming and hanging out. We're having a whole lot of fun. Breaks my heart we lost Abe Kubel, great hard worker. Washington, you suck. Ian, yeah, I was very impressed with him. From the moment we got him, I was excited to see what he'd bring to this team. And I really liked the chemistry that they had on the fourth line with Kubel, Kempf, and Austin Reese. But with Liljegren coming in, and we know the salary cap pinch that's going on, they had to do something. I'd like to know what they're going to end up doing with Robertson. We saw a lot of Robertson, and he looked really good, as has Mulligan. Both players have looked good. Obviously, there's not enough room to put both of them in, along with Simmons. So I wonder if you're going to see kind of Simmons in for the rougher, tougher games. Robertson is sat out, I think, the last 2 or 3. So hopefully we'll see him back in. He might be in tomorrow versus Carolina. It's a much quicker team, faster-paced team. So we'll have to really find out what the identity of this team is. And that's something that's missing, right? Is what is the identity of this team? How are they going to use their skill? How are they going to use this roster? They did this because Murray's coming back up. So Murray is coming up. This particular move was made to get Liljegren back in the lineup. We'll have to see what they're going to do to get Murray in because Murray is probably going to be back anytime now. He's going to be very, very soon. Looks like Philly has now scored to tie that game up, so we'll make sure to get our scoreboard updated. Of course, feel free if you're keeping an eye on any of the other games. Feel free to drop in the chat if you happen to notice another team has scored and who scored it. We love to hear highlights and updates from around the league. Of course, we'll cover it all at intermission, but we try to do as much as we can during the actual periods. So Matthews is going to come in and take this draw against Patrice Bergeron. Marchand and Hall kind of giving each other the gears on the backside. There it is. Bergeron's going to win that back to the point. Here's Clifton. He's going to send it across. Actually hit Brody's skate and sent Brody for a tumble. Here's a quick shot. Hits a body and goes to the corner. Pasternak's going to give that over. In the corner, Pasternak being cut off there by Brody. Brody's going to play it around to Hall. Here's Hall. He's going to go high off the boards. Boston keeps that in. Sends it behind the net. Toronto's going to grab it again. And it's a big hit in the corner. As Brody goes down again. Marner pitches it back to Justin Hall. Hall back to Marner. Marner tried to feed Matthews, but the pass was way behind him. Here comes Boston working the way in, coming through. Right across for Pasternak, and he couldn't handle it. Oh boy, did the Leafs get lucky there. Here's Tavares coming across the line. Purple Queen, what's going on? Welcome in. Jess, hello there. Jess, I hope you're doing well. Purple, I hope you're doing well as well. So thanks for joining us here on Saturday night. Leafs have it just working their way through with a 1-0 lead. Here they come. Tavares, he has the puck. Kerfoot's taken out in front of the net. Tavares still with it. Drops it off for Sandy, and he's going to take a shot right to the glove. And Allmark is going to make the save. Flashes the leather and snags this one down. Great little play there. Pasternak, so much talent. And this puck just took a little wobble on him at the last minute, and he was not able to pull it in. Pasternak has at least 1 point in the last 9 of 11 games. So 9 of 11 games, Pasternak has at least a point. He is such a dangerous, dangerous player. So Pierre Engvall, he's in to take the draw. He's going to win this back. But the forwards don't go get the puck. 2 forwards from Boston do. They come in 2-on-2. Back in the corner, Liljegren, he has it. Pavel Zacha goes in against him. Going to squeeze around as Frederick plays around the far side. Comes out. Yarncroc steals it away. Gets it over to Engvall. Engvall's going to chip it in. Here's Simmons. He goes in to get the puck. Simmons gets it, and he's battling along the boards. Boston Zaboral, he's going to get it out. Here comes Boston. 2-on-1, shaping up. Cross-ice pass. What a save, Samsonov. Samsonov just got a piece of it and was able to keep that one out. Great, great play. Here comes Toronto now, starting their way up the other side. All the way down. Austin Reese, he had it bobble off his stick, but Kemp is back to get it. Kemp gives it to Aston Reese. In the corner, he's coming around. There it is. Buffalo ties it up. Thank you, Morgan. Quick shot from Sandy, and that's going to go just wide. Kemp steals it, reverses it back out. Kemp gets it back out. The side of the net, and that's going to be grabbed and held onto. So let's get that Buffalo game updated. 1-1 now. Thank you, Morgan, for the update. Are you saying Robertson just pray they don't sell out? Yeah, the kid has completely crushed it. I just hope they don't do something foolish with Robertson, right? I really hope they don't. DHG, what's going on? Dallas Hockey Girl in the house. It's Saturday night. It's hockey night. Toronto with the 1-0 lead. Here's a quick shot. Liljegren coming off the boards, and Boston is able to get that. Here they come. Boston working out of their zone through the neutral zone. Look out. Marner missed the hit. Marner picks up the loose puck. Marchand is all over him, pretty much piggybacking on Marner. Going to play it around far side. Carlo, he's going to keep that in. Gets the puck back. Sharp angle shot. Brody with a little kick save. Nice play there to get his skate in the way. Comes back around. Boston starting to put the pressure on now. Holding it in. The momentum is starting to swing Boston's way. You can feel it. Here's a quick shot and a nice save there by Samsonov. Samsonov relieving some of that pressure. So they're going to go to a commercial break. Austin Matthews, he's got the only goal of the game, cracking this one open. Leafs are up 1-0 with about 5:40 left to go here in the first period. Hope everyone is having a fantastic weekend so far. If you are, awesome. If you're not, smile. It's hockey night, and I hope your weekend gets a whole lot better. But we appreciate you coming and hanging out with us. Of course, We're almost at 40 likes, 4 likes away, so hit that like button as you're coming in. If you haven't subscribed, please consider it and hit that subscribe button. We're 6 subscribers away from 30 to 50. So thank you all for being here. Leafs just doing a great job. They're making some noise. They're looking good. Of course, coming off that huge win against Philadelphia where John Tavares got the hat trick. And if you notice, I'm not wearing the Tavares jersey tonight. I didn't wear it last game, and he got the hat trick. So I'm not wearing it again tonight because I don't want to mess around with the mojo too much. So we're going to just try and keep things the same. Yes, I'm a little superstitious when it comes to the world of hockey. So got to do my part. Don't want to mix it up too much. So happy to see this team getting off to an early start. We're going to take a look real quick at the hockey pool standings, see if there's any changes. No changes as of yet. Actually, a little chunky sauce has now extended the lead, moving out to an even greater lead so far. So looking real good there. Dallas coming in, dropping the freeze. Thank you, Dallas. Appreciate that. Dallas dropping the freeze, of course. You, just by being here, are earning points. And with those points, you can bring your own graphics up on the screen and do various things. So it's a way that you can be involved and hang out and have a whole lot of fun with us being here. So Matthews in the last 8 games, he's got 9 points. So it's about time that Matthews is starting to pick up steam and get things really rolling along. So good for you, Austin Matthews. Take a quick look, see if there's any other updates. None yet. So here we go, face off in Toronto territory. Boston's going to come away with it. Point to point, cross ice. Look out, long shot, deflection, and that's going to be up and over the net. Wow, David Krejci with a nice deflection, just putting that one over. Very close play. They're playing so well, Toronto, right now. I'm really impressed how their forwards are playing. Their forwards are coming back. The team around them defensively is playing well. They're getting some solid goaltending. Right now, everything is clicking. We still got 5.5 minutes to go in this first period, and Boston is a very dangerous team, so you never know what's going to happen. Here's Aston Reese is going to give it to Kemp. Kemp is going to play it down low into Boston territory. Picked up big hit there by Aston Reese. Huge hit. Coming around, Boston, little collision as Lindholm and Kemp both go down, and they get the puck out. All the way back to get it is Toronto. Long pass up, deflected in. This is going to roll right onto Ullmark. He's going to play it into the corner, setting it up for the Bruins. Here comes Zaboral, getting it ahead to Coyle. Coyle going to carry it around, puts a move around Giordano into the slot. Quick shot, and that's going to hit a leg and go to the corner. This is what I was just talking about. Boston really putting on the pressure. Another shot and a block there by Kerfoot. And the official kind of steps on the puck. Able to kick it ahead to Giordano. Giordano's going to play it up before taking a big hit. Here's Kerfoot. He takes a pass from Nylander. High shot, and Ullmark makes a beauty save, and he's going to hold on to it. So as soon as Toronto starts getting the momentum back, making a play, the goaltender grabs it, holds on to it, and says, enough of this. Would like to sleep. How's it going? I am fantastic, thank you. I hope you're doing well. Hello, Charlie. Hope you're having a good day. And this is an original 6 grudge match. It's going to get ugly. Yes, indeed it is, Dallas. It is, of course. It wouldn't be a Boston-Toronto matchup if we don't talk about that fateful night several years ago when Boston had a huge comeback. And that's about all we're going to say about that. Bunting's going to play it back around to the point. He's going to get it back. Toronto in there on the forecheck. Bunting plays it to the side. Boston, a little chip out play. Marner just not watching the play. Breakaway pass, and they couldn't connect. And Samsonov comes out to play it in the corner. Sandin eludes a big hit. Pass across to Giordano. Giordano has it. He's going to carry it up. Hits Matthews in the back. And here comes Boston. They pick it up. Long shot. Samsonov going to steer this into the corner. Toronto picking it up. Here's Brody. Wow, Brody had to dance away from a hit. Boston starting to throw the body around. Here comes Matthews. He dumps it for Bunting. Bunting, top of the circle. Nice shot looking for the deflection. Matthews couldn't get a stick on it. Just couldn't get his wood on it. Here's Hall. Although they don't use wood anymore, it's all composite. Gets it ahead. Here comes Boston. Riley's going to bring it up. Riley for Boston, I should say. He's going to play it down as Hall goes to get it and takes a bump from Greer. Comes over to Brody. Brody, he's being watched by two Bruins. Coming in, trying to move this around. Greer and Hall battling on it. Engvall finally comes in to help him out, and Simmons comes away with the puck. Simmons puts it up to Engvall. Engvall just gets it out to the red line. There's a little bit of a tie-up there. It's Foligno there. Yarncroc picks it up. He's going to bounce it back to Brody. Brody, what kind of pass was that? Engvall picks it up. He's going to dump it in. There we go. 40 likes on the board. Thank you all so very much. Here comes Krejci. Krejci working his way. Toronto going for a line change. A very slow line change. He's going to dump it in. Pasternak in there to chase it down. Morgan Riley for Toronto. Plays it around. Not out. Boston holds the line. Passing it up and around. Pass across to Clifton. Clifton comes in far side. Boston in the corner. Little holding the stick there. Kempf, he's going to try and send it around. Pasternak intercepts. Krejci sends it around. Back at the line. Puck possession is almost equal, but Toronto has the advantage by about 2 minutes. Comes out. Mulligan just gets it out. It just squeezes out over the line.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, not my circus. Redeeming points, meaning I have to cheer for Boston. Here comes Pasternak. Come on, Pasta. Pasternak sends it around. Coyle in there in the corner. Come on, Coyle. Oh, I hate cheering for Boston. How could you do that to me? Pasternak still working in. Big hit, and here's a break. Tavares. He's got Nylander. Tavares takes a shot, and a great play there by the Boston defenseman Grzelcyk as he used his skate to block that pass. Back to the point. Brody kicks it over to Hall. Hall taking a look. Gives it Tavares side of the net. It kind of hits the goalpost. Here's Boston playing it out. Come on, Bruins, get it out. They can't do it. Held in by the captain, Tavares. He's got 3 Bruins on him. Gets it to the empty corner. Here's Nylander to pick it up. Nylander played it back, and it's turned over. Here comes Boston now. The Bruins, Frederick, he brings it in. Turned over at the line. No penalties yet, Dean. It's been a pretty cleanly called game. Carlo in the corner, and Brody gets the puck away. Here's Hall, plays it ahead. Look out. Marner turns it over at the line. Oh, and luckily gets a call on the offside. Yikes. Marner is just continuing his horrendous play so far. Missing passes, not passing to the guy's stick. So I think if I was a coach right now, I would kind of bench Marner for a little bit. Let him get out of his own head. You can't just keep putting this guy on the ice. Tavares, nice. He's picking up where he's left right off. He's looking real good. So here comes Boston. They're going to chip it ahead. In the corner, last minute to go here in the first period of play.
Last minute of play in this period.
Here comes Marner. Come on, Marner. Prove me wrong. Marner coming down. Makes a couple dekes. Pass over to Giordano. Giordano leaves it there from Riley. Riley takes a shot. Hits a body and goes to the corner. Marner plays it behind the net to Matthews. Matthews off the boards. Gio keeps it in. Gives it to Marner. Kind of hit Marner. Now Bunting plays it back to Riley. Riley. Here's to Gio, the one-timer. That gets blocked. And Boston's going to pick this one up. 20 seconds to go here in the period. Just not the first period, but we will make plans to do that again. Coming out in front there, Marner had a chance, and this one's going to roll out. 10 seconds to go. Over to Riley. Riley's going to play this one in. Comes down, and Allmark is going to grab onto it, and he's going to hold it. So we're going to get a whistle down in the Maple Leaf zone with 4.8 seconds left. More than enough time here for Toronto to win the draw and get a shot off. So let's see what they can do. So lots of time. Shots are 11-7 in favor of the Maple Leafs. The momentum in this game has been going back and forth. Both teams have been playing really solid hockey. So Tavares in to take this draw. Here it is. Puck is dropped. Toronto won it, but they can't come away with it. Boston's going to roll it out, and that's going to do it for the first period of play. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for hanging out. Let's go to the intermission studio. And of course, this intermission brought to you by our sponsor, Cloud9 Getaways. Welcome to the Intermission studio as we are here. It is a 1-0 lead for the Maple Leafs. And of course, first intermission brought to you by Cloud9Getaways.com for all your travel needs. Whether you're planning a Disney trip, you're looking to go on a cruise, go on an all-inclusive, or you're simply looking to follow your favorite sports team around, check them out, Cloud9 Getaways. There's his phone number. There's the website, Cloud9Getaways.com. You can talk to Chris, and he will hook you up for a guaranteed, unbelievable trip. So, let's talk some hockey. Here is the stats in the first period of play. Only one goal. It's Austin Matthews, his fifth, from Bunting and Marner. Shots were 11 for Toronto, 7 for Boston. Toronto leading in the faceoff circle, 56% to 44% for the Bruins. 5 block shots for Toronto, 1 takeaway, 5 giveaways, only 11 hits. For the Bruins, 3 block shots, 3 takeaways, 1 giveaway, and 22 hits. So Boston definitely bringing the physicality here today. Taking a quick look at the other games that are currently in progress. Arizona-Washington 0-0. Buffalo-Tampa Bay Lightning, they're tied at 1s. Philadelphia and Ottawa, they are tied at 1s. Seattle-Pittsburgh 0-0. Vegas and Montreal, they are now tied at 1s. And then there's a whole slew of games coming on later this evening. Games earlier today that are already finished, it was Detroit and the Islanders. Detroit taking that one 3-0. Colorado winning 5-1 over Columbus, and Winnipeg 4-0 over Chicago. And of course, just before we started here, Dallas beating Edmonton 6-2. So some pretty big scores all around. John, how's it going? Welcome in. Hope you are doing fantastic. I'm into Cuba full tip for a month. How much? Oh, Ian, that's awesome. Definitely reach out to our good friends Chris at Cloud9 Getaways. He can hook you up for sure. He will come in the chat. You will see him in the chat time to time. Ruth Ann coming in. Thank you for the subscribe. Appreciate you joining the channel. So thank you very much. And we're done 3245. We are 5 subscribers away from 3250. So thank you for coming in and subscribing. So let's take a look. One thing I wanted to talk about today, and we talked about this a little bit on the last stream, is how kind of bonkers these standings have been. Of course, we've seen some momentum and some shifting in the standings. Boston still leading. Buffalo still hanging on there. Buffalo with 7 wins now. And I will say there is one person that I know of that happened to predict that that Buffalo was going to have a great season this year, and Buffalo was, potentially going to be a good playoff team. That was me. Just saying. I know it's early. I know it's only 11 games in, but I'm going to gloat now in case they completely drop off the map. Detroit also much improved. We predicted Detroit was going to have a good year. They are off to a great start. Ryan, what's going on? Let's go Bruins. Bruins are definitely in this hockey game. They have some work to do, though, in the second period. Tampa Bay, they've come back. They had not the greatest start. They've picked up a couple wins. They're starting to move up. Tied with Florida now. Panthers, I didn't expect Panthers to have a great start to the season. They lost a lot of players in the offseason, but they're making do. Of course, Toronto starting to climb back up as well. Toronto definitely picking up some points. Still sitting on the outside, but they're climbing up. Washington still having a tough time. Washington looking to pick up some points. Of course, Ottawa, a big surprise. I think a lot of us would have thought the Senators would be a little bit more improved than they are. And of course, I'm shocked at Columbus. With the moves that the Columbus Blue Jackets made, the fact they only have 3 wins this season is baffling. Over on the West, of course, some of the bizarreness continues. Vegas Golden Knights with 10 wins out of 12 games. We never would have expected that to happen. Lewis, how's it going? Welcome in, my friend. Welcome to the show. So Vegas doing a great job. The Dallas Stars crushing it as well. Winnipeg is up there doing a good job. Edmonton, they're hanging on. But the Seattle Kraken, right now, Seattle is the story for me. And to me, I kind of said it early, they are going to be the spoilers, right? Seattle, they only have 6 wins out of 12 games, but 2 overtime losses. So they're doing really well. They're actually ahead of Colorado, which is surprising. Chicago off to a much better start this year than last year. The Blackhawks, 5 wins from 12 games. Another one that surprises me, and they've only played 9 games, so they're a few games back, but the Calgary Flames. I would have expected Calgary to be a little bit better in positioning than where they are. Arizona surprised me. Arizona, they already have 3 wins this season. I'm surprised, but look who Arizona's ahead of. If you're an Anaheim Ducks fan or a St. Louis Blues fan, I am deeply sorry. The Arizona Coyotes are ahead, tied or ahead of your teams. Although I can say that because my beloved Toronto Maple Leafs lost to the Arizona Coyotes. We are one of those 3 wins that Arizona has up on their board. So it's kind of bizarro land when it comes to the standings. But there's a reason why some of these teams are doing the way they're doing. When we look at the standings, when we look at who's leading, right, in terms of the points, I know it's early, but you have McDavid and Draisaitl, just like they led a lot of the way last year, 1 and 2 in terms of total points. In fact, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I counted correctly, I think Draisaitl had like 7 assists in the last 2 games playing against the Blue Jackets. You got Pasternak up on that list, Erik Karlsson, Nikaz is up there, Jesper Bratt. Of course, the Devils having a great season so far. But when we look at goals, and this is what we're watching, Connor McDavid leading the league in goals, 12 goals so far. Bo Horvat is up there with 10 goals, and it's surprising because Vancouver has had a dreadful, dreadful season. But Bo Horvat, second in goals with 10. He's tied with Erik Karlsson on the Sharks. I mean, somebody sent Erik Karlsson back in time, and he is actually remembered, had to pick up and play his game because Karlsson is looking really, really good. Olofsson for Buffalo, he's up there with 9 goals. Kaprizov is up there with 8 goals. Gabriel Velarde with 8 goals. He's helped LA off to a hot start. Svechnikov with 8 goals. Pasternak, and of course, John Tavares with a hat trick last game is up there with 7. And Matthews just back a little bit with 5. On the assist leaders, I mean, Draisaitl already with 16 assists. McKinnon with 13 assists. Jesper Bratt with 12. McDavid with 12. So a lot of guys putting up a lot of assists, which is really, really good. Some of the surprises and some of the names I like to see are some of the more bizarre statistical categories. Game-winning goals. This is one, it doesn't matter if you're a superstar. Game-winning goals. Chandler Stevenson of the Vegas Golden Knights. He's got 3 game-winning goals. Morgan Geekie already 3 game-winning goals for Seattle. Karlsson is up there with 3. Gunzel is up there with 3. So Shane Pinto from the Senators up there with 2. And by the way, Pinto is one of the favorites to win Rookie of the Year this year. Some of the other interesting statistical categories I like to keep my eye on, even though they really don't mean a whole lot. The plus-minus category, Shea Theodore is up there with a plus 12. Lindholm plus 12. Jack Eichel plus 11. Eichel having a great resurgence this year. Ryan Graves on New Jersey plus 11. Like it's hard to believe that there's a New Jersey Devil that's plus 11 already. These guys were just getting blown out of the water in past years. Rasmus Dahlin for Buffalo. What a hot start he's after. He just actually went down. He's been hurt. But Rasmus Dahlin, what a great start he is. He's plus 10. On the flip side, the side that kind of hurts your team a little bit, in the penalty minutes squad, leading the league in penalty minutes, Max Comtois, 32 penalty minutes already for the Ducks. Luke Kunin for the Sharks with 30. Luke Shen, you remember good old Luke Shen? He's now playing on the Vancouver Canucks. He's got 28 penalty minutes. Miles Wood with 25. Max Domi, 25. And of course, there's Michael Bunting. He's up there with 20 penalty minutes already. On the goalie side, talking about the goalies that are doing well. Paul, what's going on? Welcome in, sir. Hope you are having a great, great weekend. Lucas, how's it going? Welcome in. In the goalie categories, talking about wins, Linus Allmark of these Boston Bruins getting it done. 8 wins, which is huge. Logan Thompson with 6 for the Vegas Golden Knights. Shesterkin with 6 for the Rangers. And Martin Jones for the Kraken. He's got 5. And Marc-Andre Fleury with 5 as well. So they're looking good. Taking a look at shutouts so far. Logan Thompson, 2 shutouts already on the season. Got a bunch of goalies down with 1. Taking a look at some of the other numbers like goals against average. Jake Ottinger, he's leading the way. Aiden Hill, Logan Thompson. So it's really kind of fun to see. Now, who's making the most saves? Who's getting the most shots? Let's just look at shots against, because this is always fun. Shots against. John Gibson for the Ducks. He's faced 315 shots so far. That's a lot of shots. Antoine Forsberg of the Senators, 295. Darcy Kemper of the Caps, 270. Got James Reimer of the Sharks, 265. So, man, there's a lot of shots being thrown out there. Real quick, if we talk about one of the categories that is really important, and this is kind of power play points, Connor McDavid, Leon Draisaitl leading the way for the Oilers in power play points with 11. Yeah, Paul, that's right. 315 shots already. Like, that's crazy, the number of shots. So McDavid and Draisaitl, 11 power play points. Then there's John Tavares. John Tavares in third in power play points with 9. Austin Matthews creeping up there. He's with 7. On the other side, shorthanded points. And this is where Toronto really crushed it last year. There's Lucas bringing up Austin Matthews to the screen. Sam Lafferty of the Chicago Blackhawks with 3 shorthanded points. Bo Horvat with 2 for the Canucks, and a couple other players with 2. But the shorthanded points, that's where Toronto really crushed it last year with Marner. You had Mikheyev, you had Kerfoot, a lot of shorthanded points, just not getting them so far this year. So those are a lot of the statistical categories I wanted to look at today and just talk through, because they're kind of fun. I kind of like those oddball conversation, those oddball statistics. So here's one for you. Let me ask you guys, what is your if you have a favorite statistical category, is there one that you like to watch? Is there a stat category that when you're doing your predictions or fantasy hockey that you look to see how a certain player is doing? I know for me, I like, obviously points is a big one, but I like to see how they do with some of those other numbers. The plus minus is a big one. A very big one. Because if somebody can put up a lot of plus minus, they're on for a lot of goal. Number of cups, yeah. It's always a good one to know how much experience they have. Number of cups is an interesting category. That's one of great trivia questions for some of these guys. It's funny when you talk about number of cups, it's actually kind of sad but true when you look down some of the categories of who has most cups, who has no cups, and you see the number of star players that have retired and just never won a Stanley Cup. It's actually mind-blowing. I like the hit stats. Yeah, Frank, hits are always a good one. Daniel, what's going on? Welcome in, going for the Bruins. Hits is always a fun one. And if depending on the type of pool you do, where they have multiple categories where you want point getters, but you also have, hits and penalty minutes, you want those guys like an Ovechkin who covers every category. How many minutes of Rumble? Oh, Dallas. Yeah. Fighting minutes is always a good one. Clearly, Dallas is a huge fan of Dave Tiger Williams. Leading the penalty minutes, the fighting for our beloved Maple Leafs. It's always exciting. I'm actually curious now. Let's see. Which player has won the most Stanley Cups? Do you guys know this? Here's a trivia question. Who knows? Without Googling it, don't Google it, because that's what I had to do. I need to see the answer. Let me know who you guys guess. What is your guess? The player who has won the most Stanley Cups. Let's see what your guess is.
Let's go!
Max coming in with the subscribe. Thank you, Max. Appreciate it very, very much. We're now 4 subscribers away from 3250, so thank you all very, very much. Wayne, good guess. Very good guess. It is not Wayne. Wayne, he actually isn't even on this list. Kevin coming in. Henri Richard. Good guess, and that is correct. Henri Richard in there with 11 cups, which is pretty amazing. He's got to put 1 ring on a toe. Yeah, it's all these older players. Some Richard guy. Care, hey, what's going on? So yeah, Henri Richard with 11, Jean Beliveau with 10, Yvon Cournoyer with 10, Claude Provost with 9, Maurice Richard with 8, Red Kelly with 8, Jacques Lemaire with 8, Serge Savard with 8, Jean-Guy Talbot with 7, and Bernie Griffin with 6. Those are kind of all, that's as far as this list goes. So that's pretty interesting. Pretty interesting. Let's see. Gretzky was there. How many did Gretzky have? Gretzky had 1, 2, 3. Gretzky only had 4? Huh. Gretzky only had 4 Stanley Cups. Why did I think it was more? Very interesting. Region with 4. Yeah. That's funny. You know, Gretzky, we always talk about Gretzky, but not always, but from time to time when it comes into stats and statistical categories, because Gretzky, he holds the most. Gretzky has the most NHL records. This is crazy. We always talk about, you know, greatest players at Bobby Orr, is it Wayne Gretzky. Wayne Gretzky holds or shares, because there are some that are tied, he holds or shares 61 records. 61 records that Gretzky has or shares in the league's official guide and record book. 40 for the regular season. He's got 40 records for regular season play and 15 for Stanley Cup playoffs and 6 for All-Star game. That's crazy. Just crazy. Like, how can you compete with that? When we look here, let's talk some of the here's some of the regular season records Gretzky has. Most goals including playoffs, most goals in one season. Holy crap, 92 goals. Gretzky had 92 goals in one season. Jari Kurri, oh man, Jari Kurri was so good. He was great to watch play. Gretzky, 92 goals. In 1981-82, in an 80-game schedule, he had 92 goals in 80 games. Incredible. He also, in 83-84, had 87 goals in an 80-game schedule. It's ridiculous. Most goals one season, including playoffs. Most goals 50 games from start of the season. So he had 61 goals in the first 50 games. That is crazy. We're going to have to look at more Gretzky record at the next intermission because it's game time. We're about to drop the puck and get the second period underway. So we're just going to get this ready for when we come back to the studio. Let's go back over to the game screen. Now our on ice will refresh momentarily. Here's a scramble draw. Bergeron and Matthews going toe-to-toe, and it is the Leafs that come away with it. We're going to update a couple of the stats in the scoreboard because they're only on this screen. All right, we got our on ice back. Funny hop, and Samsonov has to be quick, and he grabs that. Let's update the subscribers. So thank you very much for coming in and subscribing. 50 likes on the board. Thank you very much for getting the likes up as well. Chevalier Official, welcome in. You think Pasternak will have a chance again? Oh, of course. Pasternak is such a good hockey player. He is absolutely incredible, the things he can do. Big shot, and what a glove save right off the bat. Samsonov. Wow. Flash in the leather. Ripping that one down. All right, let's get some of these Editown scores updated. 1-1 Vegas, Montreal. I only have this banner on this one screen, so I kind of have to do it as we go through. So 1-1 Vegas, Montreal. 1-1 Philly and Ottawa. I think we have that. 1-1 Buffalo and 1-0 Pittsburgh now as well. Tavares, quick shot, rebound, that dinged the post. Tavares coming closer. We had a ba-ding, but I don't have a good goalpost sound. Tavares off the goalpost. Coming close, of course, coming off that hat-trick performance. And he looked real good in that game. Here he kicks it up from a skate to a stick. Little toe drag, takes a shot through the legs of Clifton, And actually, the goaltender, Allmark, got a piece of it, just barely got a piece to deflect it up off the crossbar. Here's another shot, and Allmark is going to grab this one. Toronto now going from my left to right. That one leaves a little black mark on the crossbar. What a beauty shot. So nice to see Tavares coming in and getting a hot start, putting up the hat trick, really moving through. He was the subject of a lot of criticism last year, and he took it very serious in the offseason. He worked hard to put himself back in good shape, and he's showing it early. It took him a few games. Don't forget, he had that oblique injury, which I think they brought him back a little quick, but he's looking mighty fine here. Going to win the draw. Riley's going to put it into the empty corner. Kerfoot goes in to try and pull it out. Working through Nylander there. They're squeezing it up against the board. Leaf, what's going on? Welcome in. The 1-0 lead for the Maple Leafs off Matthews' goal in the first period. Back in the corner. Here's Tavares with it. He's going to play it around to Liljegren. He takes a shot, and that's going to go to the far corner. Comes back around. Tavares kicking it in front. Nylander gets a shot, and that's going to be stopped by Allmark as he kept that pad flush to the post. Nylander's going to try the other side. He's going to come around. He's got Tavares who circles in front. Kicked aside. Nylander throws it to the far side. Coming in a pinch is Riley. Riley's going to put it back down to Nylander. Nylander's going to wrap it around. Kempf had to come in and keep this one in. And Boston steals it. They get it out, but Kempf grabs it. He's going to play it all the way back. Sandin back to Kempf. Here comes Kempf. Going to carry it in. Gives it over to Mulligan. Mulligan taking a quick shot. And that's going to hit a stick of Clifton and deflect it out of play. So quick start here to that second period. Sam, does that sound mean he hit Tinkerbell? Yeah, I don't have a good post noise. It's either the or we go with the little triangle. I gotta get a good post noise. A good crossbar sound. Maybe we'll use the triangle for now. Here's Toronto has it. They're going to play it out through the neutral zone. Dumped in by Aston Reese. Aston Reese in there on the forecheck. Tries to get it ahead to Kempf. Kempf takes a huge shot. He gets knocked down. Picks it back up. Gets it to Aston Reese. He's going to play it ahead. Stolen by Boston. Boston's going to play it out. Here comes Zaka. He carries it over. Gives it over to Taylor Hall. Taylor Hall's going to back it up. Boston's going to circle it around over to Hall. Hall's going to bring it in. Coming through, sticking through. Sandin's going to lay the body. Samsonov makes the save. Hall and Fedoruk both taking whacks at Samsonov as they're trying to get in there and make a play, but Samsonov is looking sharp here early in the second period. Nice play. Boy, were they coming real close. Oof. So Taylor Hall really showing his drive. Taylor Hall's been one of those players. He gets hot, he gets cold, he gets very streaky, and he's trying to do something. He's a big boy. He's got a big frame, and he's looking to use that, all 6'1" of him. He's got 4 goals and 8 points in his last 7 games. Boston wins the draw. They're going to bring it back. Passing it across. Lindholm, he's going to send it in. Boston with the puck. Back to the point. Big shot, but a broken stick. Stolen. Here's Bunting. Bunting's going to give it to Marner. Marner has it stripped away. Marner just... I don't even know what else to say about Marner anymore. Going to play it all the way back. Here's Justin Hall. Hall's going to play it up to Marner. Marner's going to carry it in. Taking a look. Sends it across. Matthews can't get it. Catch up to that pass. Bunting can't get it. Here comes DeBrusk. DeBrusk for Boston carries it in, and Matthews picks his pocket. Gives it to Marner. Marner somehow gets it to Matthews. Matthews, little backhand. And Allmark had to be sharp as that puck almost found a way in as well. Liljegren back to pick it up. That's right, if you're just joining us, Liljegren in his first game of the year here with the Maple Leafs. Pass coming in. Nice stretch play by Bunting to stay onside. Bunting's going to send it around to Engvall. Engvall, he's going to take a bump. Trying to set her in front to Bunting. He can't. Bunting now is going to run to the bench. Yarncroc comes in relief. Here's Yarncroc. He's going to chip it past the Boston player. In comes Simmons as well. Simmons throwing some bodies. Here come the Bruins. Little chip play past Liljegren, but Engvall is back to pick it up. Riley gets it up to Liljegren. Here they come. Up to Yarncroc. Yarncroc's going to carry it in. Simmons in deep. He's going to take a cross check from behind and goes down. No call as Grzelcyk laid out Simmons. Here comes Greer. He's going to send it down. Sandin back to pick it up. Going to go around to Giordano. Giordano takes a look, goes high off the glass. That's going to miss everybody. Go the length of the ice, and we're going to get an icing call. So good momentum, good energy here. The pace of play really picking up. About 4.5 minutes here in the second period. Toronto has a couple opportunities. Boston has a couple opportunities. Toronto really leading in shots, however. It is 14-9 in favor of shots. Toronto still leading in the face-off percentage. So great play by the Leafs. Really impressed with them so far. Let's see if that helps. Engvall going to win the draw. Back in the corner. Scramble. Boston picks it up. Quick shot. And that's going to hit everybody and go to the corner. All the way down the ice. Engvall's going to give it to Simmons. Simmons stops. Turns around. Leaves it for himself. Simmons now sends it to the corner. As everybody else was going off the ice, he had nobody to give the puck to. Here comes Boston. Boston picking it up, and they're on the move. Little dipsy-do and a turnover, and we got our first penalty coming up. It's a slash call, and it looks like it's going to be the captain, John Tavares, getting hit with the slash. Getting hit with the slash. Of all the things that they've let go so far in this hockey game, how are they going to call that slash? Tampa Bay is up now 2-1. So Boston going to go on the power play. Seattle ties it up against Pittsburgh. It's now 1-1. Where's Tampa Bay? There's Tampa Bay. So we'll update those scores. And it's 1-0 Washington. 1-0 Washington. So lots of goals since our second period. In Vegas, 2-1 over Montreal. Here we go. Let's see what Boston can do on the power play. Tavares goes to the box. 2 minutes for slashing. Here come the Bruins. Setting it up. Marchand breaking in. Cutting across. And he's taken down. Brody dives and gets the stick on Marchand. Marchand goes down quite easily. Oh my God. So they've called a penalty shot. They've called a penalty shot trip on a breakaway, so Brad Marchand is going to get the call. So Brody comes in with the stick, reaches out, and here's Marchand. A penalty shot. It's his 9th career penalty shot. Here comes Marchand. Coming in, fakes one way, his second way, and he scores. Marchand on the power play. So on the power play, just totally faked out Samsonov. He lost his footing. Samsonov goes down, and Marchand has the open net to put it in. Unbelievable. Nice play. Great backhand play by Marchand. Brody looks in. He's upset. He knows he cost that one going in and making the trip on the breakaway. And that also, not only is that a penalty shot goal from Marchand, it's his 800th career point, is what I'm trying to say. 800 career points for Marchand. Mom told me that this would happen. Yeah, Anthony the Molar Man, what's going on? Welcome in. Coming in to watch Marchand put that goal up on the board. Here they come again, Marchand with the puck. Right across the crease. That's going to go just wide. Picking it up. It's Pasternak sending it across. Toronto's going to pick this one up and send it the length of the ice. It's going to roll right down on Allmark. Marchand's 4th goal of the season. 4 goals in 4 games. He's creeping up, Marchand, in the goal per game category. Gives it over to Pasternak. Pasternak, nice move at the line to get around Yarncroc. Puts it in the corner. Boston plays it back. Over to the faceoff circle. They're moving it around. Back to the point. Lindholm can't get a pass across. He has it picked off. But Kerfoot couldn't break out. Here comes the Bruins again, trying to set it up. Kerfoot with a timely stick lift. Comes in the corner. Riley plays it over to Giordano. Giordano's going to wait. Now he's going to send this down. 25 seconds to go. 25 seconds to go. Thank you, new subscribers, for coming in. 3 subscribers away from 3250. We appreciate everyone coming in and showing their support, hitting that subscribe button. In the corner, Nick Foligno is going to play it back to the point. Grizzly comes across, big shot, and there's Samsonov. He's going to grab and hold on to this one. 1 second left in the power play. Again, thanks for hitting that like. We're up over 55 likes, so thank you very much. 5 away from 60, and of course, 3 subs away from 3250. Really, really appreciate all the support. I'm obviously bad luck. Onyx, you're so funny. 15 shots for the Maple Leafs, 11 for the Bruins. The Bruins have fought their way back. Ron, how's it going? Welcome in. Good evening to you. Always good to see you back. Matthews coming on strong. I hope so. I hope so. So that's going to do it. Power play has expired. They are all at even strength. Here comes Boston working their way through. Coyle's coming in. Fighting off a check from Riley. Gives it to the corner. Tavares in there. He's going to chip the puck ahead. Here comes Nylander. Nylander's going to carry the puck up. Everyone stays on side. He takes an odd angle shot, and that's going to be grabbed by Allmark and held up. So they're going to take a commercial break as Brad Marchand is going to tie this one up. Ladies and gentlemen, let me take a moment and tell you about some of our partner channels. Of course, if you like sports, and we know you do because that's why you're here, check out our good friend Pete McDevitt. Pete does an absolutely incredible job. He does football. He does baseball. He does a little bit of basketball. And he's now got a second channel. So check out Pete McDevitt Show as well as Pete McDevitt Show The Deuce. So he's got 2 channels where you can find all your sport needs as well. He does a whole bunch of Disney action. So check him out, Pete McDevitt. Let me also talk to you a little bit about our other partner channel, the Florida Park Explorers, and their sports channel. Why does it always move? This graphic has like a ghost image. It moves all by itself. FPEN Sports, the Florida Park Explorers Sport Network, as well as the Florida Park Explorers. They're in the Disney parks every single day, just about. And not only are they there, but if you're looking for Disney merch, they can hook you up by doing some personal shopping and get you the items that you want. So check them out, FPEN Sports and the Florida Park Explorers, all good friends of our channel, and that they've helped us along the way. So lots of partner channels. And of course, our sponsor, who sponsored our giveaways that we just did the last stream, we gave away a couple of smartwatches. So that all comes down to our good friend Chris at Cloud9 Getaways. So in case you missed it, we did our 3K giveaway where we gave away a couple of those smartwatches. So make sure that you're subscribed and you pay attention for the next giveaways that come, because you never know what you may win. We like to do a whole lot of fun things. So they're just coming back from commercial break. It looks like Bergeron is not on the bench right now. So we'll have to see what's going on there. Boston's going to win this draw. They're going to bring it right back down into Toronto territory. Coming around, rolling it on net. That's going to hit the post. Giordano has his stick knocked out of his hand, so he's going to have to kick it away. Giordano working over in the corner with no stick. Got to be careful not to take a penalty. Tom, how's it going? Matthews with the huge game winner. I hope so, Tom. Welcome in. Glad to have you here. In the corner, banking away, trying to get it out. Here comes Marner. He's going to hack at it, and he's going to knock this down the ice. And this is going to be an icing call. So Marner really needs to find his game. I think we're in agreement there. The Leafs have come out. They've been playing really, really solid today. We really like the things that Toronto's been doing, except for some key areas. And one of those areas is Mitch Marner. And I think because of how Marner is playing, it's a detriment to Matthews right now. Marner needs to get going, and that's going to help Matthews continue the pace that he plays on. Taking a look, Buffalo has now tied it up in Tampa Bay. That game is tied at 2s. Krejci wins the draw. Coming back, Zabora takes a shot. That goes just wide. In the corner, trying to bring it back to the point. Pasternak holding it in, cutting through. Nice job there. Comes back around behind. Morgan Riley for Toronto has to pick it up. Here comes Riley. He's going to play it up and down the ice. In the corner. Pasternak going to chip it back around. Tavares can't get it. Here comes Liljegren. Liljegren has to back it up. Look out. Liljegren under attack, but he was able to clear it ahead. Here's Kerfoot. Kerfoot going in. He's got Tavares going to the slot. Kerfoot stops. Gives it aside. Over to Nylander. Tavares, and he just missed that as he was checked from behind. In the corner, Kerfoot has it. Sends it back to the point. Here's Justin Hall. He comes in. Hall has his pocket picked, and Boston's going to get it up off the glass. Brody's going to go back and pick it up. Toronto starting to get a couple bursts of speed here, some bursts of momentum. Here's Wayne Simmons coming in. Simmons is going to turn around the Boston defender as he plays it over to the corner. Yarncroc, he's in there. He's got two players on him. Quick shot from Brody at the point, and another beautiful glove save by Allmark. Allmark is spitting out that glove like crazy. Sam, World Series is still 0-0. Thank you, Dallas. World Series going on. Houston and the Phillies going toe-to-toe. As are Boston and Toronto. It's 1-1 here in this original 6 matchup. We're almost halfway through the game. Boston's going to win the draw, come away with the puck, and get it down the ice. It's a race. Justin Hall had to get back in time. He's going to play this up, and it's going to go the length of the ice. And again, another icing. Toronto icing the puck like crazy. So, listen, I'd rather them ice the puck than give it away. But they got to slow down with some of these icings. Not what the doctor ordered. Definitely not what the doctor ordered. But that's okay. Matthews' next shot will be a Leafs goal. Tom's calling it. Here's a quick shot. Samsonov makes the save. We're going to see Tom when Matthews comes on. Cora, welcome in. Thanks for joining us here today. Playing it back around over 60 likes now. Thank you all so much for hitting that like button. 3 subscribers away from 3250. So if you're just coming in and you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe. Raptor play the Bulls tomorrow at 6 p.m. Christina G, good evening and welcome. Leafs going to change it up. Let's see. Is this the line? No, it's David Kempf. He's on. We're waiting to see if Matthews comes on. Tom's calling it. Tom's calling a Matthews goal. Mulligan, look out. Zaboral, quick shot, and that gets through. Boston carrying it around. 10 minutes now. 10 minutes left in the second period. We're officially halfway through this game. So if there's a rain delay, this game could be called. Long pass up. That's going to be chipped in. Austin Reese, he gets bumped off the puck. Back in the corner. Passing it around. Toronto has it. Aston Reese behind the net. He's going to take a bump there. A couple bumps. Still maintains with the puck. Reese trying to stuff it in the side. Nice play there, and he has the puck taken away. Turnover. Here's Mulligan goes, and he hits the post. Another post. Mulligan off the post. 2 posts. Here's Matthews now. Let's see Tom Matthews with the puck. He's going to cycle it around as he went to Marner, but Marner disappeared. Marner picks it up. Coming around, taking a look. Back to the point. Back over to Marner. Where's Matthews? There's Matthews. Matthews trying to get back. Marner gave it away. Here it comes. Taylor Hall, big shot, and that's going to go wide. Looks like Brad Marchand has come back right in front. Big shot, rebound. Pasternak couldn't reach it. Marner's going to give it to Matthews. Here's Matthews. He's carrying it up. Matthews bringing it all the way down. He's going to dump it in the corner. Bunting going in there on the forecheck. Here's Marner. Just rips it wildly off the blocker of the goaltender. Bunting gives it to Marner. Marner, what were you doing? Marner takes a shot from the goal line along the goal line. I'm not a mathematician, but if I studied my angles, shooting it right along the goal line, you're going to hit the post, not get it in the net. Jeffrey, what's going on? Welcome in. Allmark playing a lot. Hope he can do the heavy lifting. He looks great, Anthony. He looks really good. Here's a loose puck as Bunting chips at it, and Allmark is going to jump on top of that one. Allmark looking real good. I had high hopes from Allmark back when he was with Buffalo. He never really got a chance to get in there, but he's looking good in this game so far. So a couple of shots. Samsonov, he had to be sharp. He makes a couple solid saves. ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to take a moment and just thank all of our channel members. So channel members, thank you so very much for absolutely everything you do. We appreciate it. Paul, if you're still here, I apologize. It doesn't look like the most recent version saved, but I do have your name in there. So we'll get that fixed and get it in. But we appreciate all of our channel members for all the support. Everything that you do investing in us, we invest right back into the channel so we can bring the best quality streams. So thank you very much, channel members. It plays a huge, huge part in what we do. Now, if you're interested in becoming a channel member, simply click the join button if you're on a computer right next to subscribe, or if you're on a tablet or mobile device, in the pinned message, there's a link that can take you to the join page where you can see all the perks and benefits of becoming a channel member. So thank you for all the support. Hey, D, what's going on? Welcome in. So this is quite the game we're having right now. It is about just less than halfway through and about under 10 minutes left to go in the second period. It is officially 1-1 as Boston scored on a penalty shot. It's the only way they've been able to beat the Toronto netminder so far. Face-off in the Boston zone. It's stolen by the Bruins as they won the draw. Lindholm gets it over to Zacha. They're going to play it up. In the corner, Riley going in to lay some hits. Liljegren has to come in there as well. Puck's not going to take a Toronto bounce as Boston still maintains possession. Frederick, 6'2", using all 6'2" of that frame to fight off Riley and Liljegren. Comes back to the point. Boston, Clifton stopping, trying to get it by Kerfoot. Clifton almost deked himself out there. Comes back around, it's chipped over to Riley. Morgan Riley's going to send it up. Here's Nylander. Nylander going to play it ahead. Can't get it into the Boston zone. Going to try it again. Going to back it up. It's sitting there in the neutral zone. Somebody pick it up. Now it gets up and the Toronto player gets dumped. Something happened and goes down hard. Riley gives it over to Giordano. He just gets plowed over. Tavares takes a stick in the face. Tavares goes to the bench. He's got a towel up over the eye. That's not good. Here's Nylander with the shot. Comes over to Kerfoot. He takes a shot and he gets hit from behind by Marchand. Marchand, I don't like that. Comes back to the point. Hall trying to keep it in. Now it comes. Here's Boston. They're sending it down the ice. We'll have to see the condition of Tavares. Here's Toronto bringing it in. Bunting playing it down low. Boston's going to pick up the loose puck, and here they come. 6:40 to go here in the second period. This is chipped all the way down, and this is going to be an icing call with 6:36 to go. John Tavares, look up, Johnny, so I can see where that cut is. Oh, the cut is right here, right beside his eye. Oh, so Nylander gets tripped, and as Nylander goes down, the stick comes up and they clip Tavares right beside the eye, under the visor. Wow, did Tavares get lucky there? Just a small fraction of an inch over, and that's the eye, and that could have been bad news. Tavares not having a lot of luck in terms of the injury front. We got a penalty coming up to Boston. Marner going to play this one back to Hall. Hall gives it to Brody. They're cycling it around. Matthews, cross ice to Marner. Marner can't control that. And Boston's going to pick it up. So it's a hold coming up against Boston. Toronto's going to go to their first power play of the game. Frozen peas incoming. That's right, Dallas. So Toronto's going to get a chance, 2 minutes or less on the power play. Let's see what they can do. So it looks like it's DeBrusk that comes in. DeBrusk reaches underneath and grabs onto Brody's stick. So Jake DeBrusk is going to get the call. He's in the box. 2 minutes on the board. So Matthews is on there. Matthews with Looks like Tavares is back on the ice, so he's okay. Finished with the paper towel. Over to Marner. Marner down low. Bounce pass in front to Matthews. Great save by Ullmark. Really great save. Swinging it back around, and it goes between the two defenders and out. So they're going to have to redo this. They're going to set it up. Here's Nylander bringing it in. Nylander past everybody, coming in front. He's going to circle around. He's got Matthews in front. He scores on the power play. Austin Matthews. You got the touch. What a goal. Nylander doing all the work. He outskates everybody. He brings it all the way around. And he just chips it in front to Matthews. And Matthews just tap, 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 tap it in. Tap it in. Tom, you did. Now, in fairness, Tom, that was Matthews' second shot. So the first one, Ullmark made a great save. But his second shot, but I'll give that one to you because that was a pretty good prediction. Matthews chipping it in. That's right. Morgan calling Matthews up to the front. Dallas is calling it. Dallas is feeling the Matty Hattie tonight. Dallas wants the Matty Hattie. That's right, Cora. Go, Leafs, go. That's right, Spooky. Tom, yeah, call another one. We need another prediction, Tom. So we got 5 minutes to go. 5:50 to go here in the second period. That's Matthews' 6th goal of the season. Number 5 and 6 both coming tonight. So Boston has it back in their zone. Toronto now has retaken the lead. Tipped ahead. Here's Toronto carrying it around. Mulligan going to play it across to Brody. Brody's got Austin Reese breaking to the net. Brody carrying it around. Going to send it around the boards all the way to the point. Justin Hall keeps it in. Hall sends it back. Aston Reese trying to get there, but he can't. As Zabroil keeps it in. Toronto now steals. Back to the point. Taking a look. Mulligan and Sandin playing some catch. Here's a big shot, and Ullmark makes a nice save. Now we've been talking high praise about Ullmark just recently, and I have to say he had no chance on that goal whatsoever. He was playing the shooter. He was doing what he could do, and Nylander made a nice pass, and nobody took Austin Matthews. Coming back, here's Sandin. Rasmus Sandin coming across. 4 goals for Matthews tonight. All right, Tom. Tom's put it out there. Tom's calling 4 goals. 65 likes on the board. Thank you so much. If you're just coming in, hit that like. Let's get it up to 70. And, of course, looking for 3 friends, 3 followers, 3 subscribers to get us to 3250. Sandin cuts it off, comes all the way down the ice. Giordano, he's going to take a bump. Plays it to the side of the net. Zaka's there. He's being worked over by Engvall. Engvall, put your stick down. Back to the point for the one-timer. That hits somebody in front. Rebound. Grzelcyk gets the shot off, but I don't think it got right through to the net. Nice little play to chip it ahead. Here's Engvall. Engvall trying to advance the puck. It's in your skates, dude. Just dump it down. There you go. You got to coach these guys. They're going to play it around. Boston with the puck. Grzelcyk, he's going to circle around. He's going to hold on to it as both teams making some changes. Working up through the side, it's Marchand. He's kind of picked off at the blue line. Toronto's able to get it out. Here's Bunting. Kind of forces the puck carrier. They dump it in. Sandin back to pick it up. Sandin very quickly had to give it away, and it bounced right in front of Samsonov. He plays it to the corner. Here's Matthews back to help out defensively. Marner starting a race. Matthews going to flip it ahead. Knocked down. Marner. Zaire can't get a stick on it. Pass back around. Matthews coming back again. Love seeing Matthews being the first forward. Always coming back to help out the defense. Bunting there as well. Chipped ahead. Here's Boston going D to D. Starting to set it up. 3 minutes now to go here in the second period. All the way down the ice. Liljegren going to take his man into the corner. That's Pasternak. Trying to come up with it. Boston being really aggressive with all the contact. Here's Tavares. Tavares going to carry it in. Tavares, one hand on the stick. Carrying it around behind the net. He gets cut off. Got to use 2, my friend. Here's Pasternak. Pasternak leading the rush. 3-on-3. And that's turned over. Toronto just almost got it out. Long pass. Here it comes Nylander. Little dipsy dude. Leaves it for Tavares. Tavares from the face-off dot. Takes the shot and it hits Ullmark and goes to the corner. Boston coming the other way. It's end-to-end action now. Kerfoot coming back. He's going to steal the puck. Gives it ahead to Nylander. Nylander kicks it from his skate to his stick. He's going to dump it in. Toronto has 12 shots this period, only 6 for Boston. Boston's cycling around. Grzelcyk's going to send it up. Long pass. Here's Boston waiting as changes were coming. Marchand's going to kick it ahead. Here's Boston working in, and that's stolen by Toronto. Oh, they had the rush. Mulligan kind of fumbled the puck. Puts it across far side, and Toronto's going to hammer this one in. Back to get it. All the way down. Brody's going to slow it down. 1:45 to go. Gets it up to Mulligan. Mulligan chips it to Aston Reese, but he missed it as his stick was tied up. Triple 2 in the house. What's going on, Triple? Hope you're doing well. Thank you, Lewis. I appreciate that. No penalty there. Here comes David Kemp for Toronto. He's going to carry the puck down. Looks like a little conversation going on back in Toronto's zone. We thought we were going to get a little scruff, but it didn't happen. Pass across. Here's Liljegren taking a look. Back to the point. Riley kicks it over. Big shot and a nice save there by Allmark. Simmons with a nice shot. Here's the captain of the Bruins, Bergeron. He's going to send it down. In the neutral zone, working through.
Last minute of play in this period.
Here's a shot from Yarncroc, and that's another nice save by Allmark. Yarncroc again. He's going to give it to Engvall. Engvall kind of bobbles it. Yarncroc getting in there. Trying to put it around. Engvall, he can't control it. Lindholm now, he's going to send it up. All the way down the ice. Boston trying to get back, trying to get another one before this period is over. Riley has it. 30 seconds to go now. Stick around at second period intermission. We're going to have some fun. Here comes Bunting. He takes a shot, and that's going to go just wide. Although it hopped past everyone right through the middle of the ice. Kept in, back to Matthews. Matthews in front. It's sitting there. And no one could tap it in. Matthews is calling for it. Comes to Hall. Hall to Matthews with the one-timer. It's there for Bunting. And he gets absolutely filled in. Bunting is down. Bunting took a cross-check to the face. Wow. Was that Clifton that hit him? Clifton just two-handed cross-checked Michael Bunting square across the face. Welcome to the jungle. Holy cow. So Giordano and Hall, they're battling it out. Hall and Giordano just whacking each other, and they're having a conversation all the way down the ice. Hall kind of grabbing the collar of Giordano's shirt, and Giordano saying, "You want to go? You want to go?" And Hall just skates away. Then Matthews takes the shot. Oh, yeah. That's Clifton. Clifton with a cross-check right on the beak of Michael Bunting. Ouch. So that's going to go 5 seconds left. So they're going to go. Toronto's going to have, obviously, 2 minutes on the board. But they're going to essentially start the third period on the power play. They've now adjusted the clock to 6.5 seconds. Boston's going to win this one. They're going to clear it around. It actually went up and at a play. We got another face-off with 2-point-something seconds left to go. Michael Bunting. Michael Bunting. Just took that one right on the beak. So taking the draw. There it is. Nylander's going to lose that one again, and that's going to do it. Period is going to come to an end. Wow. Through 2 periods of play. Let's go over to our intermission studio and welcome in our special guest. Of course, it is the one and only. Let me make sure I got the right camera here. Oh, nope, I knew that. There we go. DHG, Dallas Hockey Girl in the house. What's going on? How are you, Dallas?
Go Hockey Go.
Go Hockey Go. Jensen, Sam, my Detroit Red Wings. I miss Steve Yzerman. Oh, yes. Stevie Y.
It's been a sad game, Sam.
Stevie Y is awesome. It has been an incredible game so far. Let's do a very quick, just kind of run through the stats. So in the first period, it was Matthews from Bunting and Marner. In the second, it was Brad Marchand who scored on a penalty shot. And then it was Matthews with his 6 from Nylander and Marner. Toronto had 15 shots in that period. Boston only was 7, so it brings the total shots to 26-14 in favor of the Leafs. It's funny. They say Toronto is 1 for 2 on the power play. They say Boston is 1 for 1 on the power play. But that's not exactly true because Boston didn't score on their power play attempt. However, the penalty shot came while they were on the power play. So I guess
new math? Are they using new math?
I guess it's a little
hold on.
a little bizarre.
Nobody told me my hat was crooked. Nobody told me my hat was crooked. That's so bad.
And then it looks like Toronto's still winning in the faceoff circle, 56%. But Boston is crushing it in the hits. 38 hits so far. That's wild.
I know. This game is, like, as we say, it's an original six grudge match. Action. It's always action-packed. And especially on a Saturday night. It's going to be good. It's always good game.
It's so true. Uh-oh. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a surprise. Is
it from Boston?
It is from Boston, from the Boston area. I can't do a Boston accent.
Did he come in the car?
He came in the car, but this is a man of many talents. Ladies and gentlemen, from the AGT, the America's Got Talent stage. Well, not really from the stage, but please welcome our very good friend. That's the wrong camera. Maybe I can assign him to it. There he is, Anthony, the Molar Man. What's up, buddy?
Woo, all the way from Boston.
How you doing, Dallas? Sam.
Hi, dude. Hello.
Good
Having
to
a
see
great
you guys.
game. I'm loving the game. I might not be loving it after the third period, but right now I'm loving the game.
It's close. It's a close one.
It is.
Tough. Always.
Anthony, you must be like over the moon with how Boston is playing right now because, well, not in today's game, but in general, with all the injuries they had, we kind of thought they were going to be at the bottom, but they're crushing it this season.
Here's what I attribute to Sam. When we got rid of our coach, Cassidy, I didn't realize a lot of the players had a riff with him. It was kind of internal. Bergeron was thinking of not coming back. We also had another player wanting to leave, but as soon as we got this new guy in, it's almost like they're all gelling together. Nice. And we did have injuries to start the year. We got to see how a lot of these new guys are playing. But now as we're getting people back in, it's always good to know that you have someone who can fill in that does the job. So I think that's what's happening right now.
For sure. You get rid of Cassidy and you bring in the Sundance Kid.
That's right. Butch Cassidy, the Sundance Kid. I know.
I couldn't resist.
I know. Yeah. He's doing a good job.
Well, the last couple of games, but if we keep playing like we did a few games ago, there was talk of getting a new coach.
That's what we need to do now. That's exactly what we need to do is get a new coach in and make those changes. But I mean, if we talk about, hey Corey, what's going on? It is just like a playoff game.
Good call.
But Marchand coming back, I don't think anyone expected him back as early as he came back. I mean, he's got 4 goals in 4 games now. What a start he is off to.
Good stuff.
Oh yeah. The coach loves him. He even called him like a little bee in a bonnet. The puck seems to follow him. But he gets under people's skin. We love him. And even though he had that surgery, he came back like he didn't miss anything.
Yeah, it's amazing. He's one of those guys. You hate him if he's not on your team, but if he's on your team, you love him so much.
Exactly. I'd hate him too if he wasn't on the Bruins.
Do you have anyone on your sweater?
Yeah, no. This is a Bruin that I love that left a while back. Is
Milan
Lucic. Remember him?
Oh yeah, of course. We've seen him do a few things on a couple Canadian teams. That he's a big boy, right? He's another one of those players. You hate him if he's not on your team, but he protects your stars like crazy.
Yeah, a lot of the Boston Bruin players they live in the north end of Boston. So if you ever go out to eat in the north end, you'll see some Bruin players, and Lucic was one of them that was there. Tuukka Rask was. You'll see them coming into restaurants and they just shoot the breeze with you like they're normal people, which is awesome.
That's very cool. So Tuukka Rask was supposed to be a Maple Leaf. And this goes back to the whole Phil Kessel when he came over and the draft picks and the trades and whatnot. But
we don't talk about Phil Kessel. We don't talk about Phil Kessel.
Yeah, we had him.
Would have been very when he first came to Toronto. Some colleagues of mine that I worked with at the time were at a bar downtown, and they said they saw Phil Kessel there, was literally sitting at the bar by himself, having a drink, and nobody had a clue who he was.
Oh, poor guy.
Wow.
But I tell
Poor
you,
guy.
a lot of people know who he is now, NHL Iron Man.
Yeah. When Joe Thornton first became a Bruin many years ago, when he was just a kid, he was staying with a family outside of Boston. He stayed with a family. He wasn't staying with anyone else. He didn't even know who these people were. They took him in. He would be like that. He would go into Boston and just hang out at a bar. Even though he was too young to drink, he would sit there and everyone would say, "Do you need a ride home?" Like they're all talking to him. He was just a kid back then.
Back when he couldn't grow a beard.
Yep.
Nice.
Oh, now it's out to here. I remember. Yeah.
Nice. Anthony, you would love, there's a little oil change place in my hometown, and you would love it because you walk into this little sitting room and it's only got like 2 chairs. The wall, there's 100 shelves and they're covered in Bruin stuff. There's little bobbleheads, little Stanley Cups, there's pictures of Bobby Hull. You would
Very
love it.
cool.
It's the guy's a Bruins fan. There's jerseys, floor to ceiling. There's any kind of Bruins thing you could think of. He's got it all.
That's awesome.
I would frequent that place if I was there. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
I'll take a picture and send it to you.
Okay.
If you don't know Anthony has an unbelievable YouTube channel. This guy does so much stuff. He hosts the Match Game, and I think you have an episode coming up on Monday, correct?
Yes. This Monday I have the whole crew from Busy Getting Disney on, as well as the Chronicles of Heather. These are big Disney creators I have on. It's Disney themed. I also entertain through the show. And as you know, Sam, I'm a mailman by trade. That's what I do for a real job. This is my busy season picking up. So I'm going to be a little sporadic going forward here while I deal with the Christmas season.
Yeah, so check him out. Definitely, we'll get your link in there. Check out his YouTube page. The Match Game shows. You will laugh for the entire hour. It is so fun. It's just a blast. And then, of course, all kinds of other content. Anthony travels all over the place, goes live, puts up some stuff, and some incredible Disney shorts. I think Anthony's like the shorts master. So there's some great footage.
Whatever works.
So Anthony, tell us, what's the biggest thing about being a mailman at Christmas time? Is it the packages or is it all the Christmas cards?
No, it's the packages. You know why? Because other outlets like Amazon, FedEx, UPS, sometimes they can't handle their load. So what do? They drop it off at the local post offices and have the letter carriers take them, and then we're inundated.
No.
Doing 2 to 3 trips going back and forth sometimes. Our trucks are not that big, We have the little,
I keep telling Dina to cut down her online order, that Anthony needs a break. But she doesn't listen. She just increases her purchasing.
Yeah, she's keeping me in business then. I know.
It's way too easy to online order. It
is.
Too easy.
Yep.
It's way too easy. You can order your pizza online and just tell them to put pineapple on half your pizza. It's fabulous.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave that one alone. So, here we are. I mean, gosh, Anthony, we've been talking for, feels like a year and a bit now, about every time Toronto and Boston gets together, and it's back and forth and going crazy. Who, outside of Marchand, because we talked about him, do you have a favorite Bruin that you kind of like to watch or that you just really get behind?
Current Bruin or old-time Bruin?
Go for both.
Okay. Cam Neely was my favorite Bruin. I grew up in the 80s. He was like, he could score 50 goals and have like 3 fighting majors in a game. You know what I mean? He was that type of player. I love that type. I play hockey like you, Sam, so I know what that it takes, to be that grueling of a player. Right now on the team, I got to go with Pasternak. He's fancy, great one-timers. He knows where to be, and that A-line, man, looks awesome. With Bergeron, Marchand, and Pasternak, when they're together, it's just amazing.
Yeah, good calls. And was it Neely that was in Dumb and Dumber? Wasn't that him?
Yes.
Kick his ass, Seabass.
Seabass. That's him. You got it, Sam.
That was awesome. Yeah, and you can't go wrong with Pasternak. I mean, he's very, very much has like the skill of Datsuk, but he's got the grittiness, to put behind it as well. So, man, he's such a dangerous player.
Let's not forget about Matthews and his 2 goals, getting the hat trick tonight. 64 goals left to 70. Go!
Yeah, I think Olmark's carrying the load right now. You know what I mean? And he got pulled from the game the other night because he gave up 5 goals. And then he had to go back in after the goalie got hurt. So he had to go right back in. And then he played great after that. I'm like, how does a goalie have that mental capacity to do that, and win the game?
Sometimes they just need the break. They just need the timeout, I think, sometimes.
Yeah.
It's so much.
Yeah.
That trip during the breakaway, not that it was bogus, but it was such a stupid move. And then when you have a shootout goal like that, it's just there's so much pressure on the goalie. There's so much pressure on the goalie.
Oh, it's true. The stuff that these NHL goalies go through, and that's why a lot of them, it takes them several years to blossom. You get a lot of the rookies, they sign, they come in, they have a great season right away. But a lot of the goaltenders takes them a long time. If you look at someone like Carter Hart in Philadelphia, he came in, was supposed to be the next big thing, and just couldn't put it together. And all of a sudden this year, he's found his way and is looking sharp. But it takes a goalie like a good 5 years. That's the same with Allmark. Allmark came in with Buffalo and just was awful. I actually got a rookie card, an autographed rookie card from a series, and I was like, oh, this is awesome. It's a rare card, autograph. I couldn't move it if I tried. Nobody wanted it. And now he's getting some playing time. He's putting up some good numbers. He's looking good. So I'm glad I kind of held on to it. So when he gets a regular gig, obviously when Swayman comes back, he's going to be the guy. But Allmark is showing he can hang.
Are you putting it with your $3 million Gretzky card? Are you keeping them together?
Yeah, it's in that same box. I have Gretzky and Allmark side by side.
With your
Sam,
number,
did you see
your 62 baseball?
Yeah.
Sam, did you see who the Bruins picked up in the draft? Like who they just signed recently?
I heard, is this the kid? There was a whole bunch of controversy over a kid they just signed.
Yep.
I
don't know why they did it. Oh.
So this guy, I forget his name, but he had a pretty storied past where, with bullying and just some not nice stuff. And they went out and gave him an entry-level contract. And Gary Bettman and the league, they came out and said, he's not eligible. He's not playing in our league. Boston never came to talk to us first. So it's quite a big story, and it's quite interesting because I know this happened, several years back, but it's one of these things that's important that shows what you do in your past could really impact your future. So it's going to be interesting to see if they ever do let him play.
Yeah, he was a young kid when he did all these things, but it stuck with him. And all the people that he hurt are speaking out about it now. Even some of the Bruins players are questioning upper management why they're doing this. I don't know. They could easily just release him. After, yeah.
I got to assume that's probably what's going to happen, especially what you're seeing going around some of the other leagues with Kyrie Irving just the other day and everything. Wouldn't surprise me if Boston just says, okay, enough of this. Let's just we thought we would give him a chance. Listen, it's not worth it. See you later.
Yep.
As Don Cherry would say, all you kids out there, you be respectful.
Love Don Cherry. Love him.
Cherry would have a field day with something like that, and talking to the kids about it's not just about how you play on the ice, it's about how you are off the ice.
It's very true. And it's unfortunate what happened with Cherry, and it's coming up to the anniversary of his wonderful statements he made on that Remembrance Day several years back. But he was one to stand up and just call it like it is, right? Cherry would have a message to kids. Growing up, we all sat around, waited for first period intermission so we could see what McLean and Cherry would do. And his messages
and what jacket.
were
and what
great.
jacket he was wearing. You had to see what jacket. See what jacket he was wearing.
Yep. And
shop dressed man.
Nobody has really taken that role anymore. No. Which is a shame.
No one can. No one can fill those jackets. No. And what he said was, I think, taken the wrong way. He was saying that he's always been, if you look back, he's always been a supporter of veterans and wearing a poppy and Remembrance Day and being respectful to the veterans. That's what he was saying, that no matter how long you've lived here or where you came from, everybody should be wearing a poppy and showing their respect to the veterans. That's what he was saying. And it just got so blown out of proportion.
Yeah, so very, very true. And yeah, Blair, that's a very good point. Ovechkin sets the record the other night, passing Gordie Howe. Most goals for a single franchise, which is
Go Ovechkin.
ridiculous.
Is are Ovechkin and Crosby still pretty close in points and goals?
No, I think Ovechkin is way ahead. Crosby suffered a lot of injuries, so it really put him back in the numbers. But if you remember, those were the two, right? They came in at the same.
They were always neck and neck.
Time. They always, being compared.
I remember Crosby. He got the puck to the jaw, and he was gone for months. And then he came back and had this like massive helmet that to protect his jaw. He looked like a Simpson.
It always seems every few years we get this comparison. We had the Crosby Ovechkin, then we had Matthews and Line, and now we have Slafosky and Shane Wright. Obviously both aren't really anything, but we're always going to have these comparisons. Every couple of years we're going to get somebody new to come in and compare against. And that's half the fun of the game is seeing what
McDavid's just going to skate past them all.
Yeah. But
that dude was on fire the other night at the Edmonton game. Oh my Lord, that kid was just—I don't know how many Wheaties he had, but damn, that kid was on the move. That whole game, he never stopped.
He is incredible. Listen, they're getting ready for the third period to come back. Anthony. We always do our predictions coming out of second intermission. What's your prediction for the end of this game?
All right, the Bruins. They need to play quicker. They are a quick team, which is unusual for them. They used to dump and chase all the time. Now they're a quicker team. So get the puck around the net. I'm not sure about the Samsonov goalie. I haven't seen enough of him to know. But I think if they get him, move him side to side, they'll get their chances. I see this going into overtime, guys.
Going overtime. All right. Dallas, what do you think?
I'm calling it 3-1 Leafs, and Matthews is getting the hat trick. 3-1 Leafs.
Triton, you with the freeze. All right, we got our predictions, and I'll give mine in a minute. Third period is about to start. Anthony, thank you so much for jumping in. Appreciate it.
Right.
We'll do this again. Dallas, thank you as always. Have a great evening, and let's go hockey go. Third period time.
Enjoy the game, chat. Enjoy the game.
Thanks, guys. Take care.
Those are our friends Dallas Hockey Girl and special guest Anthony the Molar Man coming in and hanging out. We appreciate them both coming in for second intermission. Hey, you Triton, welcome in, buddy. Hope you're doing well. Toronto starting this period off with the power play. Of course, it was a little abbreviated power play as a few seconds were eaten up at the end of the second period. So there's 1:30 left to go here. Riley has it. He gives it to Matthews. Matthews, little back pass to Riley. That's stolen. Here comes Boston. Coyle coming in. Tried to drag it through in a nice play there. Coming in, here's Matthews. Matthews over the line, stops, turns around, creates some space. Coming right up the middle, passes across to Marner. Marner going down deep, taking a look. Finds Nylander. Back to Marner. Marner gets it to the point. Bounce pass to Marner. Marner top of the face-off circle. Bounce pass to Tavares, and he puts it wide. Excuse me. There's Triton coming in with the cheer, meaning I have to cheer for Boston. And here's Boston trying to get it out. Now they do, and this is going to come all the way down. 50 seconds to go in the period, in the power play. That was our good friend Anthony the Molar Man. Definitely got to check out the Molar Man on his site. You'll see his link dropped in the chat. Definitely check him out. If you like what you see, give him a subscribe. Coming back around. Who are you going to invite next, Sam of Montreal? Oh, Blair. Blair would love to have you on one day, one of our channel members. A perk for channel members that they get to come on and join us if they like. Here's Toronto coming across. Chuck, what's going on? Welcome in. Here's Bunting trying to send it across. That's knocked down by the Bruins. Here come the Bruins. Short-handed with 10 seconds left to go. Big shot. And Samsonov's going to grab it. Oh, it's actually Shallegren. That's interesting. Shallegren comes in here for the third period. So I wonder what's up with Samsonov. So Eric Shallegren in net now for Boston. And there's a trip. Leafs are going to go right back to the power play. Sandin gets hauled off his feet. Here's Brody. Brody with the puck. They're going to carry it up. The goaltender has left the net, so it's a 6-on-5 until Boston touches the puck. Here's Nylander coming around. He's got to turn around as Marner went in offside. Nylander gives it back to Matthews. Matthews with the puck. Little stop, pop, going to pass it across Nylander. Makes me really nervous that he carries it around the empty net. Here's Nylander going to pass it ahead. Gives it over. Here it comes. Coming back across. Over Tavares leaves it for Nylander. Over to Marner. Marner. Cross ice. Can't see who that is. Yarncroc goes to Nylander. Nylander taking a look. Has control. Plays it back to Marner. Marner over to Kerfoot. Kerfoot back to the point. Marner, one-time shot by Matthews. And that's going to miss everybody and go all the way down the ice. Marner has to go all the way back and pick it up. So they're going to make some changes. Still a delayed penalty coming up. Now, finally, Boston's going to touch this one, and it's going to get called. So Toronto's going to go right back on the power play. I heard he is injured. All right, thank you. Would like to sleep. Yeah, if there's any more details that come out, let us know. Told you I'm bad luck. Onyx. So Samsonov will not return with an apparent knee injury. So it looks like it was on the penalty shot when he fell off balance. He fell backwards, hyperextending the knee. So Samsonov is out with an apparent knee injury. We'll have to see in the post-game report if he's going to miss any time. So Shalgren comes in, and it was expected that Shalgren was going to get the start tomorrow against Carolina. So we'll have to keep our eyes on the Maple Leaf goaltending situation. Here's Bergeron shorthanded. Boston, they pick up the puck. They're moving in. Coming all the way in front. There's a chance for Boston shorthanded. Tavares going to pick up the puck. 72 likes on the board. Thank you so much as you're coming in. Keep hitting that like. Of course, if you're new to the channel, hit that subscribe button. We're 3 subscribers away from 3250. So we're looking to hit that milestone tonight. Love to see JT. Yeah, we'd love to see JT get one. Love to see Matthews get the Matty Hattie. Lots of stories that could happen today's game. Putting it back around. Tavares squeezing it on the far boards. He takes a huge hit. He gets back up. DeBrusque just laying in at Tavares. Matthews over to Riley. Riley going down to Nylander. Matthews going to the side of the net. Going to play it behind for Yarncroc. Back to Nylander. Matthews floating back to the point. Matthews gets the puck. Look out. Had his pocket picked there by the Boston player. Nylander on the ice for about 2.5 minutes there. They all have to switch up. Passing it back. Riley's going to trade now. Here comes Kerfoot. Kerfoot with a head of speed. He's going all the way. He's taking it down. Circling behind the Bruins net. Centering it out. It comes back to the point. Sandin keeps it in. 30 seconds to go in the power play. Toronto passing it around. Bunting on the sideboards. Gives it to Mulligan. Gives it to Yarncroc. Back to the point. Look out. Oh, he brought it outside. Sandin couldn't handle the pass, and it popped just outside. Marchand doing a good job being aggressive on the penalty kill. 5 seconds to go. Here comes Kerfoot again. He's going to bring it over the red line into the zone. Kerfoot bringing it down. Circling around, creating some space. Going to give it to Kempf. Kempf takes an awful shot from behind the net. It comes all the way out. Right to the Boston player. Here's Zacha. Zacha passing it back. Coming in. Shake. Off the post. Great shot. Beat Shalgren, and it hit the post. I know. I'm going to get a better post sound, but that's the best I got right now. Shot coming in. And Allmark plays it around. He took a little bump. Here come the Bruins. They're going to play it ahead. The chase is on as they're coming down behind the net. Boston with the puck. Pasternak sends it in front. It's kicked over to the side. Brody going to play it in front. Look out. Hall almost whacked that towards the net. Back and working through. Toronto trying to get it out of their zone. Finally, Liljegren gets it. And they send it across. Brody's going to pass this up. It's going to go the length of the ice. No icing, though. Back around. Of course, if you're just coming in, if you missed it, Samsonov is out. He will not return tonight with an apparent knee injury. Quick shot. Shalgren made the save, but gave up a juicy rebound. Here's Boston coming around. Justin Hall, he's going to pick that up. Morgan's bringing Austin Matthews to the stream, bringing him alive. Back behind the net. Here's Marner. Marner holding the puck as everyone's changing up. He's going to start leading the rush now. He's going to drop it back. Here come the Leafs. Riley Long pass up the middle, deflected. It's going to go all the way down into Boston territory. Sending it up here, Zacha. He gets it ahead. Toronto caught, almost had a chance, but they couldn't. Here comes Coyle. Coyle outside, inside on Sandin. Brings it to the corner. Sandin's going to force Coyle, but not enough. Shot coming across. Nice play by Marner. Marner got his stick down. Made a great defensive play. Gets it ahead. Bunting in there on the forecheck. 12:50 to go here in the third period. 2-1 Leafs. Shots are 27-16 in favor of those Maple Leafs. That's right. Our goalies do seem to be cursed, Blair. They certainly do. All the way back, Brody's going to leave it there for Hall. Hall's going to give it to Nylander. Nylander's going to reverse it around behind the net. That's going to miss the winger on the other side. Boston's going to regroup. Here comes the Bruins. Frederick, he's going to bring it in. Trying to give it behind the net to Greer. Lots of contact. Tavares gets it up to Brody. They're going to bounce it around. Here comes Nylander. He's going to chip it in. Kerfoot and Frederick kind of going at each other all the way down the ice. Here's Boston. They're going to chip it in now. All the way back. Here's Riley. Riley has it. He's going to send it ahead. Again, our next stream is going to be on Tuesday against the Vegas Golden Knights. We will not be doing tomorrow night's game. Coming around, Allmark, he's going to play it up. Here's stolen Toronto. Simmons, he takes a big shot. A howitzer, and Allmark is going to shut the door and hold on to that one as Simmons just lets it fly. Yeah, I know, Blair. Simmons had a couple good years, and we just did not have the chance to get him during those years. Pasternak coming so close, and he just rings it off the post. Well, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for joining us here on a Saturday evening for Saturday Night Hockey. The Leafs and the Eastern Conference leading Boston Bruins. Toronto holding down the fort right now, 2-1, 28 shots to 16. Toronto's doing an excellent, excellent job. They certainly have their jobs cut out for them. Now, I haven't updated these out-of-town scores in quite a little bit, so let's go in and see what's going on from the out-of-town scoreboard. As we were talking with our good friend Anthony at Intermission, Anthony the Muller Man, definitely you want to check him out. So here we go. Vegas is now up 3-2 on the Montreal Canadiens. Philly is up 2-1 over the Ottawa Senators. Buffalo and Tampa Bay sees that game tied at 2s. Seattle-Pittsburgh, that game is now tied at 2s. We'll try and get all of these updated before they come back from the commercial break. Arizona is now down 2-1. Washington holding on to the lead. And the other games have yet to start. So I think that gets all the updates in. So there we go. We'll keep an eye on Editown and see what's happening around the league. Of course, Toronto looking to pick up its second win in a row. Shalgren has a 5-2-1 record when he's at home. Looking at the in net this season, Samsonov has had 7 starts. Shalgren Murray combined for 4. Samsonov has all 5 wins. The Shalgren Murray combination is 2 losses, 2 overtime losses. So it's going to be interesting to see what the coaching staff and the general manager decides to do with this goaltending situation. Boston has the puck. They're going to dump it down. Of course, 3 tough games tonight, tomorrow against Carolina, and then Tuesday against Las Vegas. Of course, it doesn't get any easier later in the week, as I believe it's Pittsburgh takes on the Maple Leafs. Bergeron's going to dump it in. A couple bodies go down as they run into each other. And it looks like Justin Hall's going to take an interference call. As Marchand goes down. Marchand seems to go down very easily. Just saying. But Justin Hall's going to get the penalty. That's going to give Boston a chance for 2 minutes or less to tie this game back up. So just seeing a replay of what happened. He was cutting in. So I don't really know about that play. Marchand was trying to squeeze between 2 players and kind of went down on his own, and he actually took out Justin Hall. Oh, and it's Tavares. They're giving it to Tavares, not Hall. That's even worse. Here comes Boston in front all alone. Marchand had an opportunity. So Marchand draws a penalty shot earlier. Now he draws a penalty. That's right, Chuck. Go Leafs, go. We need the Leafs to get going. They need one more insurance goal. Toronto's able to pick this one and clear this one out and down the ice. Here we go. Over 70 likes now. Thank you so much. Still looking for 3 subscribers. 3 subscribers to put us to 3250. If you're not subscribed, consider hitting that button for me. Back in the corner, Boston sending it around. Yarncroc going to chip this into the corner. Yarncroc getting hacked from behind from Marchand. He's able to get it out and down the ice. 10:30 to go now in the period. 1:10 left to go in the power play. Henry, what's going on? Go Leafs, go. Absolutely. Glad to see you here. Toronto was able to get it out and down the ice again. Nice play. Giordano gets it out. Toronto's going to change its defenders. Here comes Boston again. Working it down. Lindholm, he's going to dump it off. Taylor Hall's going to bring it in. Hall in the corner. Working there with Zaka. Toronto, Marner getting in there, doing a nice job with Justin Hall. Stealing it out. It comes to Kempf. Kempf is going to try and go backhand off the boards. Toronto just gets it out. And again, they're going to change their penalty killers. The Go Leafs Go chant is starting across the Scotiabank Arena. Here it comes down the ice. Justin Hall. He's going to take a big hit from Hall and play this down and around the ice. All the way down as Allmark's going to come out and stop it. 10 seconds to go now in the power play. Here comes the Bruins. Flying it by. Getting in. They're going to set up. Quick shot towards the net. That's deflected just behind the net. Back to the point to Clifton. Clifton, cross ice to the faceoff circle. That's going to do it. Tavares is out of the box. Off the boards, Tavares has the puck. Here comes Tavares. He's got a man with him. Gives it to Engvall. Engvall tries to go back to Tavares, but the pass was behind him. Tavares trying to fight in there. He has the puck again. Tries to center it over to Nylander, but that's kicked away by the Bruins. Leafs with the puck. They're going to pass this all the way back. Here's Giordano. He's going to hit the red line and send this one in and wrap it around. Keeping it in. Nylander, he misses it. Here comes Boston. Coming ahead is Jake DeBrusk. He's going to take this one into the corner, and he gets rammed hard into the boards. He actually hit his head into the boards. We got a penalty coming up to Toronto. Sandin's going to get a call for boarding. Sandin's getting a call for boarding. I'd like to see the replay of this because they look like they went into the corner together. Yes, Cora, go Leafs, go. Mad Hatter, what's going on? So here's Sandin. So Sandin and DeBrusk, they kind of went in the corner together, but DeBrusk had his head down, and yes, Sandin did put the shoulder into him. So tough call. I don't think that was a boarding call, but hey, it is what it is. What are you going to do about it? Let's go Leafs, one more goal. That's right. Thank you, new subscriber. 2 subscribers away now. We appreciate you all coming in and supporting, helping us, getting us closer and closer to the 3250 marker. Oh boy, is this one getting close. It is getting close. It is tough one to watch. Boston now going back on the power play. 8.5 minutes to go here in the third period. Ooh, can they hold it? They did a great job killing that last one off. I gotta believe the way Toronto's playing right now, they look like they can kill off another one. They look like they have the momentum. They can't let themselves go down. And just like that, pulling up the out-of-town scoreboard, it looks like Buffalo has taken the lead. So has Seattle. Wow, goals happening fast and furious all around the league. So Buffalo is up 3-2 over Tampa Bay. And the Seattle Kraken with a 3-2 lead over the Pittsburgh Penguins. And Arizona, look at that. Arizona tying it up against the Washington Capitals. Wow. Lots of goals happening all over. We'll get these updated. Let me make sure nothing else is going on. So there we go. Get those ones updated. Tell you, the Seattle Kraken is the surprise, one of the surprises of this early NHL season. Don't forget to change your clock backs tonight. Yes, Chuck, good call out. Good call out. It is clock changing night tonight, so make sure you update those clocks before you go to bed. Otherwise, you might find yourself in a pinch tomorrow if you have an early morning appointment. Or if your young ones have hockey games, you want to make sure you get there on time. Here we go. Sandin in the box for boarding. Boston, 2 minutes or less on the power play. They're going to play this one back to the point. Marchand going to go down deep. In the corner, DeBrusk sending it back around, just holding the line. Nice job there was Lindholm. Boston setting it up. Hall's going to take him into the corner. Brody's going to kick it over, but there's Pasternak waiting for it. He gets it over. Pass across to Marchand. Marchand looking around. Back across. One-timer coming up, and that's blocked. Beautiful block coming across. Toronto just got a stick on it. Yes, and it's out. David Kempf, nice play. Tipping this one out. Minute and a half to go in the power play. Here's Pasternak stick handling his way through, and he gets the puck knocked off. And Pasternak stopped. He thought he heard a whistle. He completely stopped playing. Toronto can't get it out. Pasternak sends us to the far side, bouncing around. There's Pasternak with it again. He's kind of bobbling it in the corner. Sends it back to the point. Lindholm, little bounce pass for Bergeron. Far side, Pasternak, back to Lindholm. It hit a stick. It still managed to get across. Here's a one-timer. Bergeron, and that's going to go just wide. Marner's going to pick it up, and he's going to hammer this one down the ice. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Toronto got lucky there, but they were managing to hold on. Here comes Boston. They're going to send this one up. 30 seconds to go now. Ovi and Crosby both have a goal tonight too so far. All the top scorers putting goals on the board. Grzelcyk challenged by Yarncroc. Yarncroc doing a nice job. Riley taken out there. He's tripped. There's no call. Zaka's going to send this around. Krejci's going to send this back around. Riley dumps his man. No call. Wow. And Riley gets hacked from behind. It causes a turnover. Here's Boston. Hall, what a block. Comes to Kerfoot. What a sprawling play by Giordano. Spectacular play. Here comes Boston again. Foligno coming in. The penalty is expired. Shalgren makes a leg save. Rebound, Hall. He's going to tee one up. And he fires it in, and Nick Foligno standing on the doorstep. Wow. What a penalty kill for the Toronto Maple Leafs. Outstanding job. Absolutely incredible, incredible job. 6:20 left to go on the clock. So it was a stick lift. Brody with the stick lift on Pasternak, and Pasternak just stopped playing. And then it comes to Foligno. Foligno gets an opportunity, and Giordano goes down in the splits and makes a beautiful save to block that shot. So really, really good penalty kill for the Leafs. Penalty has expired, so they're back at even strength. Here's Bunting. He has the puck. Holy moly. Who was that? Clifton came in with an elbow to Bunting's head. Bunting and Clifton are pushing and fighting with each other all the way down the ice. Coyle coming through. So the physicality starting to pick up now. Nylander is throwing some hits. Matthews with the puck gets it to Sandin. Sandin's going to send it down. Here's Bunting and Clifton colliding again. Matthews with the puck, can't get it. Boston steals it, working their way in. Here comes Boston. All the way down, sharp angle shot. That's going to go high and miss everybody. Held in by Clifton at the line. Coming around, Liljegren trying to get there, gets a stick on it. Liljegren getting hacked from behind. Gets it ahead. Nylander chopped it right in front of the slot. Yikes. Sandin picks it up and spins it around. Ladies and gentlemen, our next game is going to be on Tuesday as the Vegas Golden Knights come to town and take on the Maple Leafs. So I hope you'll subscribe and come back and join us on Tuesday. Sent down the ice. Boston's going to pick this one up. They're going to start to move it. Shots this period, only 4 shots for the Bruins, only 2 shots for the Maple Leafs. Justin Hall, he's going to get bumped into the boards from Pasternak. In the corner, Brody's working on it. Hall's going to lay a couple cross checks on Pasternak. Got to watch those cross checks. Squeezes out. Bergeron's going to pick it up. Bergeron coming free. Marchand had Tavares all tied up. Tavares had his hands up in the air and no call. Comes down the ice. Marchand going to pick it up. 4.5 now. 4.5 to go. This is going to be sent all the way down the ice. Justin Hall's going to pick it up. Hall's going to spin and turn the other way. Trying to give it over to David Kempf. Boston DeBrusk going to send it right back in. Kemp's going to try the other way. Aston Reese, he's going to get there. He's going to chip it ahead. Boston's going to take a swing at it, but it comes all the way down the ice. 4 minutes to go now. 4 minutes to go. If you're just coming in for the end of the game, thank you for joining us. Make sure you hit that like button. Make sure you hit that subscribe. We're looking for 2 subscribers to end tonight's game. 2 subscribers. In the corner, Hall can't control it. Toronto chips it out. It's a race for it. Mulligan can't get there in time. Boston's going to turn it around. Nice back check there by Mulligan. Comes to the corner. Liljegren's going to get a big bump into the boards. Back into the corner. 3-3 now, Buffalo, Tampa Bay. Stolen. Here's Matthews. Matthews and Marner working it up ice. Marner with a little weak backhand. Marchand holding up Matthews. Matthews can't get in there. Oh, sorry, it was Grzelcyk holding up Matthews. Marner's going to come back and steal it. He's going to go off the boards. Grzelcyk with the puck. He's weaving and winding. Matthews chasing him. Here's a long pass. Here comes Boston cycling around. Grzelcyk going to dish it off there. Coyle circling around. He had it on the line. He just keeps it in. Riley steals it in the corner. 3 minutes to go. 3 minutes to go. In the corner, Matthews working away. Matthews gets a stick. Here's a shot. That's going to go wide. Far side. Bunting going over to attack the Boston player. Toronto kicking it out in front. Bunting, he gets it. Bunting goes high off the glass. And they're going to change up. Under 3 minutes to go now. Here come the Bruins. Sending it in. There's Morgan calling Carlton the bear up. Bringing Carlton into the action. Tavares with the puck. He's met with Marchand. It's going to be sent back in. Brody going to get it. Here comes Marchand with a big hit on Brody. Hall is going to kick it away. Tavares trying to get it out. It squeaks free. Comes right back to the point. Big shot. Oh, almost shot blocked by Nylander. The puck doesn't go out. Another block. Stretch pass. Oh, tried to get it for Nylander. No icing call as it was tipped. Henry, what's going on? Welcome in. Here comes Boston. They're now down to the 2-minute mark. Just over 2 minutes. Here comes Hall. Centering it around, wrapping it through the slot. It rolls. Back to the point. Big shot by Lindholm. Right on. Rebound is there. Look out. Kemp brings it out of trouble. Into the corner. Riley gets it to Engvall. Engvall plays it ahead to Nylander. Nylander's going to carry it out. He's going to hit the red line and dump it all the way down. Ullmark is going to pick it up as Engvall was coming in on him, and he's going to hold on to that. So with 1:49 to go here in the third period, Toronto has a 2-1 lead, and we got a face-off down in the Boston zone. Wow. 3 likes away from 80 likes. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. Appreciate all the support. I hope you've been having a great night. I know we have. We're going to just take away the out-of-town scores because we're coming up to the end of the game, and I know they're changing quickly. There it is, Coaster Mom celebrating Michael Bunting by bringing out our bunt cake emoji. That's right, Michael Bunting, known as Bunt Cake here on this channel. No, Ian, don't say that. Leafs aren't going to tank. 28-20 are the shots on net led by the Maple Leafs. 1:49 to go. They just have to hold on and play tough for 1:49. 1 like away from 80. Bergeron wins the draw. Bringing it back. Here comes Boston. Grzelcyk, he's going to circle back around. As Boston's going to regroup, they're going to get the players they want here on the ice. Here comes Boston, bringing it down. Samantha Lowe, welcome in. Hope you're doing fantastic. Hope you enjoyed Boys to Men. Here comes Boston again. They're going to send this the length of the ice. Boston working their way in. Justin Hall taking on Charlie Coyle. Coyle's going to wrap this around behind the net. Picked up far side by Marchand. Marchand going to the side of the net. Taylor Hall, 1 whack, 2 whack. And it came right to Coyle, and he had an empty net, and he couldn't put it in. Boston coming that close. Here's Marchand. It's an empty net for Boston now. In front, that's taken away by Kemp. It's an empty net for Boston.
Last minute of play in this period.
Here's Marchand going back to the point. Passing back and forth to Riley on Boston. Up high. Boston taking a look. Top back to the line. Taking a look now. It's face-off circle. Boston in full control. It's a 6-on-5. Quick shot. Deflection. That goes high into the corner. Riley going across. Hall has it behind the net. Brody's going to get in on there. Brody crunches it. Comes over. Marchand's going to stop it. Past Engvall. Big shot by Riley. That's deflected just wide. Yarncroc is going to pick the puck up. He's going to give it to Hall. Hall behind the net, trying to slow it down. Comes right in front. Boston, big shot from the point. It's there on the slot. It comes to Marchand. He can't get it. 10 seconds to go. Boston moving it around. 6 seconds to go. It's a shooting gallery. Kempf makes the save. He's going to put it off the boards. Yarncroc chips it out, and that's it. It's over. The Toronto Maple Leafs have defeated the Boston Bruins. Boston, who is absolutely crushing it. The Maple Leafs win. The Maple Leafs have done it. They've held off and defeated the Boston Bruins by a score of 2-1. Absolutely incredible. What a finish for the Maple Leafs. What an incredible finish. Holy moly. Let's hop over to our locker room screen here, and we are going to do a review, and I'm going to let you know.
And now, the 3 stars of the game.
The 3 stars for tonight's game. Well, looking down for the Maple Leafs, I have to say the 3rd star tonight, I'm going to give it to Samsonov. Even though Samsonov did not finish the game, I'm going to give it to Samsonov. But maybe because he didn't finish the game, it's not fair. So our 3rd star, I'm going to tie Samsonov and Michael Bunting together. Bunting, big physical presence, he picks up an assist in the game, was a +1, played 18 minutes. I thought he did a really good job. The number 2 star of the game, and while it really irks me. It irks me so much to say it. Brad Marchand. Brad Marchand is the 2nd star of the game. He had the lone goal for the Bruins. It was on a penalty shot, and he delivered 2 shots, 5 hits, played 18 minutes, and he drew a couple of penalties. So good job, Brad Marchand. And of course, the number 1 star in today's game, no doubt about it, Austin Matthews. Matthews leading the way, 2 goals, ends up with 5 shots, 1 hit, 2 blocks, 43%, not great in the faceoff circle, but 19 minutes of ice time. He led the way for all Maple Leaf forwards, and was actually 4th behind Brody, Riley, and Hall. So that is what it is. And no Matty Hattie, Dallas. No Matty Hattie, but they certainly came close. Here is how the game shaped up. Here is all the goal scoring. Austin Matthews got his 5th from Bunting and Marner. Brad Marchand got his 4th on the penalty shot. Then Matthews from Nylander and Marner. And by the way, that was Marner's 11th assist. The overall stats for this game, total shots, 28 shots for the Maple Leafs, 21 for the Bruins. Toronto takes it in the faceoff circle, 55% to 46%. Both teams going 1 for 3 on the power play. However, that Boston power play goal is a little iffy. Yes, the penalty shot came on the power play, but it wasn't a power play unit goal. It was a penalty shot goal. So I'm going to say Boston is technically 0 for 3 on the power play. Boston, though, with a huge 47 hits. That's massive. 21 hits for the Maple Leafs. Toronto with 15 block shots, which is great. 9 block shots for the Bruins. Taking a last look at the out-of-town scoreboard as I back this up. It is the Arizona Coyotes and the Washington Capitals currently tied at 2s with 2.5 minutes left in the 3rd period. Tampa Bay has now come back and taken the lead over the Buffalo Sabres 4-3 with 4 minutes left to go. That game has been back and forth. Also, with 5 minutes left in the 3rd, Philadelphia has a 2-1 lead over the Ottawa Senators. The Seattle Kraken coming back and beating the Pittsburgh Penguins 3-2. I'm telling you, Seattle is no joke this year. Vegas has absolutely decided to put it in another gear and are lighting up the Montreal Canadiens. It is 6-3 with 6.5 left in the 3rd period. And then there's a bunch of games later tonight. Nashville, Vancouver, New Jersey, Calgary, Anaheim, San Jose, Florida, LA Kings. In case you missed the afternoon games, Detroit taking the Islanders down 3-0. It was the Colorado Avalanche beating Columbus 5-1. The Winnipeg Jets, a 4-0 win over Chicago, and Dallas beating the Oilers 6-2. And that is all your out-of-town scores. Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for coming and hanging out with me today. We've had a great game. This was awesome. 2 in a row. 2 in a row, and it's 2 games in a row that I haven't won my jersey. So I think on Tuesday, we're going to have to go with the shirt again. You're a local Boston fan. What's up? I feel like since we traveled for 3 games, the Bruins retired. You know what? It very well could be the case. Being on a road trip for so long is definitely tough. And Boston's a tough team, but they came up a little bit short tonight, but they still played well. They still played really, really well. They just didn't get the hockey bounces. Lucas, the next stream is going to be Tuesday night, Tuesday, 7 o'clock. The Vegas Golden Knights come to town, and we're going to see them take on the Leafs. Good night, Spooky. Good night, everybody. Thank you so much again for hanging out. Hope you have a great Sunday. Remember, the Leafs and the Carolina Hurricanes play tomorrow. It's an afternoon game. We will not be doing it, but watch it, enjoy it, and let's see if the Leafs can make it 3 in a row. So from all of us here at the Samwelb12 Experience, thank you for your support. Mods, thank you for crushing it again, as always. Thank you to the upper mods, the mid mods, the lower mods, all the mods. Yeah, don't ask. So thank you, all mods. Thank you, members, channel members. We appreciate you so very much. Of course, all of our new subscribers, thank you for coming in and hitting that subscribe and helping our channel grow. So from all of us here at the Samwelb12 Experience, good night, and we'll see you real soon. Next time on the Samwelb12 Experience.